Cassidy.
I think I'm gonna get like one of those. You know, you don't like those little bar things that you can like have. I think I'm gonna have one of those in like near my streaming area, so I can have like a coffee maker downstairs when my house is done. You know, like those like in the they're in the house, like they're in the wall. I'm gonna have one of those so I can just do coffee down there. So it's like right near my streaming room.
Pick them off. We do have a Lars here on either side alongside the Junos as well. As we start out,
a beer hat with a coffee maker on top. I mean, there's a market there, I bet. So we do have Orisa versus Orisa, which I'm not surprised. One thing I want to point out to people when you watch these like OWCS matches, like notice how the Orisa is.
Not actually able to lead to an elimination.
Notice how the Orisa is like playing corners and like not just taking like a bunch of like endless poke damage. A lot of the poke damage you're going to see the Orisa's take is the actually build support L charge. They want to take a little bit of poke, not enough to fall over, but enough to give themselves like a support L charge lead.
I think both teams has a lot of poke potential. Losing A early, that's pretty bad. But still, I think what we really have to look for is Lari. How much ult can you actually get?
It's a lot of just spam.
A lot faster.
See, I kind of like I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Team Falcon's comp a little bit better right now on this part of the map because they just spam them out. And if they're running the May comp, the idea of a May comp is to get up there and like prevent. Also, is the volume levels fine, chat, right now between me and the cast? They end up, as I say that, they do take the team fight, but is Orisa meta again? Yeah.
Very clean fight here from Zeta Division using the Hyperloop to close distance, but it felt like a big Hail Mary because those ultimates weren't online.
I just feel like the way that you want to play with a May is you need to be able to get a good wall off and go in. So I gotta actually admit, after losing the first point there, Zeta did a great job. The problem that they're going to run into right now, though, is Team Falcons does have a bob advantage, so if they can bob this correctly, they can get a little bit of map control with that, and they get Pharrell value, too. So don't be surprised to see both of the DPS ults come out here. The bob. Oh, my. No, they didn't even show what happened.
A little bit unfortunate. I thought Falcons, because they have the ultimates ready to go, they wanted to push.
Yeah, but they didn't see what happened.
We'll take some more time.
I think the casters missed it. So they sent the bob to go to the point to take the angle on point, and when they sent the bob, Zeta threw their May wall on the side, and the bob ran into the May wall and fell off the map. That's how that just happened, by the way. I don't think the casters saw it. They May walled where the bob was going, and then the bob couldn't go to the point, so it fell off the map.
Doesn't have his yet, but even getting to the point is a bigger challenge than using it right now. Zeta Division in a fantastic
what a May wall! That was awesome.
From Stalker.
65% about to be crested here for Zeta Division.
That is awesome.
Ultimates in the back pocket. Hunbin just about ready to have that Terror Surge available, but can he find a setup for it? He's trying to get the rush down here onto Violet, hits him with the javelins.
They're just trying to take away the map control. If you wonder why they're just all in this, is because they need to take away this part of the map. It's actually a really good ult play.
The Terror Surge still does deliver that kill.
That also shows you the ridiculousness of Orisa, where an Orisa feels confident to run into a team 1v5. They get killed because of a good peel by Zeta, but
right in the nick of time to take out Hunbin, and Zeta Division with another extended team kill. Look to steal away this first round, as Stalker will be felled.
Was it like a sideways angled wall? Yeah, I mean, it was angled enough to be able to make the bob get stuck, yeah.
Always wants to go for the counter Terra.
The wall, it cuts him off. I don't think he can go for the touch. Probably was trying to build up those...
I love how I was like, yeah, no, it's like, I want to see how Zeta takes this with their May comp. Immediately, as I say that, they get absolutely... They just pop off and take the point.
Quick little touch in, but Proper will fall. Now the Terror Surge go ahead and guide the entrance onto the point.
They did touch the point. I know, that's what I'm saying.
Net themselves this first round of Sanctum.
Alpha Yi, what a fantastic May performance. He was picked in that initial fight. We can
I was gonna say
positioning a little bit too aggressive.
But that was well played. I have nothing but like good things to say about that. That was a great job. They've been struggling on Koth all season. You know the beauty of Overwatch is that just happens. You remember like back in, I don't know, was it Overwatch, like end of Overwatch 1 and like beginning of Overwatch 2? Remember when Shock could never win on Koth? Like it just was, it didn't matter what team they were playing. It could be the worst team in the league, and it would be a struggle on Koth, no matter what.
Zeta just gave them no space to actually dive in, and whenever they dive in, there's
I mean, I suck at Koth too, so I get it. Right? I can relate to that. I'm terrible at it.
But now we get things open up a little bit more as we move over to Shrine.
So wait, is Falcons coached by Krusty?
Swaps back over, and it's going to be Flora
That's
out
funny.
onto the cast, which I think it's not unreasonable to say has been his most impactful hero so far in this year. But you mentioned G Club, the Genji for Proper.
Krusty, though, I've met him a couple times. He's always been super nice to me.
Falcons bringing out the Genji early on, which
He's always been super nice.
Feels the pressure.
Really good coach. Unreal coach.
But let's take a careful look at Alpha East Mei, or how long he's actually going to stay, because this is not the map where Alpha East played this many Meis coming out. Only on the first one, not the
Rusty versus Moon, yeah. So you got some good coaches.
Spinning the spear, still eating a bit here. Swamper just looking at prodding with those right clicks. Looking to be burned as torpedoes continue to try to soften up these members on the side.
Put super on Genji. Hey, super had a pretty good Genji, okay?
With a brief little stun as the javelin goes across. He's keeping up this time with Bernard. A hell of a lot better compared to what we were seeing over on Sanctum. So the Turtle Surgers can certainly find impact.
It wasn't Shock's loss rate on cost insanely overblown though. I mean, you know, even if it was, by the way, like if they said they ended up having like a good win rate on cost, I think the way to look at it, at least for me more, is it didn't feel like their costs were easy, right? So even if like the win rates are like say it ends up being like say they had like a 50% win rate like in cost, but like all of their cost matches were like grinds. Both can be true. They just suck at cost, right? Because when a team of that caliber is losing on cost a lot, like you expect them to win easily in those matches. So if they're playing against teams that are the worst team in the league, but like it's close, like both can be true is basically what I'm saying. It's like they can still have a decent win rate at cost, but still suck at it.
Eliminations. Floor will peel off one as Stalker does get taken down, but that's as good as it gets right now here for Zeta Division.
I think this is the moment where
good start by Team Falcons. The Genji pick is interesting here. It's funny because like you can tell they don't want to run the Mei comp. Like they don't want to run the Mei comp, and they're making it work. I respect it.
Slightly more coordinated.
I respect it.
Some more space to actually go in and touch for the better fight.
I think if they get Alpha his Blizzard a little bit faster, the call is a reasonable one because that could actually turn that fight. But instead, it's a longer fight where he builds Blizzard.
Falcons aren't going to give them too much space. I think they're going to keep.
Now they have to deal with this dragon. They have no support of ultimates, and Proper is unseen here on this flank.
Waiting. There's some death from above, dropping down, but not going to be unsheathing it quite just yet. Just poking and prodding. Doesn't really want to have to.
Secret Genji, man. I think Genji's just playable now. I've seen Genji being played in some of my top 500 games by like pro players, so like it's clearly obvious that
patience from the side of Falcons.
Teams are starting to lean into that a little bit as like, okay, we can play Genji if we need to. So they're having players like maybe if their Mei comps aren't as strong, like you can like throw Genji in there, but that's all assumption. I usually can go off of like I can only go off of like what I see in rank nowadays because obviously I don't scrim. Nice shots by Stalker. Holy crap! What a difference in play here.
Nothing more that he is realistically going to be able to do. Cleanup will come through, and in response,
but like whenever I see like pro players doing a certain thing in ranked, I generally like can start to see where the trends are going, like either from their coaches telling them to play that or like from scrims. An example is I remember
pulling out a massive performance on the second round, the first round, of course.
An example I have of that is I remember when Echo becomes meta, you'll start seeing pro players play tank in ranked, and they were doing that because they needed to practice their ultimates with the tank. So like the strategy on Echo was to go Winston. So a bunch of pro players started to play nothing but Winston in ranked, even if they were DPS players or support or DPS players. So they would just go Winston only in ranked just to practice like their Winston juggles and their Winston gameplay for those few seconds.
Twice about it. He's going to go over to that brig in the end.
And this is also a map.
Yeah, so like you can start to see those trends, and so if I start to notice them whenever I'm playing ranked, especially when I'm playing it consistently, I'll be like, oh wait a second, I'm seeing way too much like Farah right now, and then I realize it's because it's a part of a strategy, and they want those players, or those players want to practice them.
So take it down by Hanbin right off the rip, just getting it on top of him, no peel available for him whatsoever. Hanbin just having free reign, collects that one now, looks for a little bit more. Finishing off Bernard would be a surefire.
Yeah, this is the new way they do esports in Overwatch. I will say this first like year of esports of like this new style was it's very much a beta phase, right? It's figuring things out, like what is esports like post OWL, like what are they gonna do, and this is what you see. So I wouldn't doubt it if next year they come back with like better formats, better like concepts, like because they're gonna obviously look at a lot of the feedback of the esport and probably make it even better next year, because that's what they're in now, like right? Like OWL, they were kind of the established the way that they were because of how much was invested into the league. So like now they want to make those consistent changes every year and try to find ways to make it better and better. So. Riss is legit unkillable. Riss is Riss is definitely unkillable in certain ranks. It's actually funny because we were talking about it yesterday where apparently Apparently, Orisa still has a terrible win rate.
That was a good draw.
But, like,
at least
here's my take.
a couple of ultimates coming out from
And it could be a hot take. I
I
don't
think
think
the key
that
really is
Orisa's
that
win
Finn is able to
rate
get his orbital rate
is
before
low.
Shio can,
And so this isn't a hot
because he
take.
needed to do more
Sorry.
healing. Like,
I don't think
Falcon's
Orisa's
doing
win
that
rate
for a
is
long
low
time, so there's more
because
healing output opportunity for
of
Finn. That actually was
the
really
hero
difference
being
maker
weak.
in
It's
that
because
last
of
fight.
how the
Also,
players will
Alfie
play
surviving,
Orisa, where
which was very close
Orisa's a
to going
hero
down.
that
He
if you
dies
can
there.
learn
This
not to
doesn't
take poke
happen.
damage,
Now we're matching percentage
you will
again.
dominate as Orisa. You will dominate. Right? But if somebody goes Orisa and just stands in the middle of the open and takes damage for an hour and a half, then they're going to struggle on Orisa. So, like, in some ranks where positioning isn't as strong as it happens.
I think he was trying to drop in.
Oh, wait, if you didn't notice that, you see where Bernard used the Orisa ultimate to stop the pulse bomb because of the gold?
Falling low as they desperately try to pick off this enemy break, but for Falcons, that's going to be eluding them here for
So that's every tank, though? Yeah, but other tanks can get away with it more.
Back here, dropping down, keeping himself safe, protecting Robert does.
Other tanks can get away with it more. Right? Which is why the win rates are higher.
Falcons win this, it's taking way too long. I think Falcons wanted to clean this up early on.
Now eliminated proper on the return. A little bit of beef there with the ult invested, but it looks like coming back into the neutral binding is still damn clean. Fleur will put down Shio, but ultimately the...
But like, think about it. If the players are taking a bunch of poke damage and using their gold pre-fight, then they're going to fall over on Orisa. If a player is not taking a bunch of damage pre-fight, they have gold, and then they're good. I just want to see a good match, by the way. That's what it's all about. I'm not cheering for, you know what I mean? I'm just like watching. I want a good match of Overwatch. You know, one of those like first to three, like, you know, goes to the 5th map, down to the wire type of matches. Oh, nice stick. They're going to do about 4 damage. Nothing's like more satisfying than when you... Nothing's more satisfying than when you pulse bomb an Orisa and watch him get healed.
Still maintaining it and now looking to bring this map to a conclusion.
Yeah, I was about to say, how is Flora going to actually dive in with the team and deliver the damage? But Falcons came to them, which makes a better situation for Alpha to just hang around and Flora make sure he's around the supports for Zeta Division for better cover.
I'm ready.
I don't think that was a perfect play coming out from the Falcons. I think they're still feeling rushed in this game.
Ooh, proper.
Able to go ahead and get the shutdown there.
That was kind of unexpected. They might actually, so Zeta wants to try to force out ultimates now, so they're going to try to really go for like a backline pressure play. But the thing is that like Falcons don't really have any else outside of Orisa ultimate, so I don't even think we'll get a vibe of what they're going to do here, but I think they're going to, yeah, they have to. But see, like, that's why that's kind of what Zeta wanted, by the way, is they wanted to force out an ultimate, so they tried to, like, make it seem like they were going for it, but they weren't really, like, it was just, like, soft pressure on them, although I think they're going to kill this Cass on high. They know Cass is by himself, like...
And yes, they will end up getting a staggered kill here on
they
the
hecked
floor.
up.
Zeta Division have the better tools for this next fight, absolutely.
They're going to try to disengage, but I actually think Falcons is going to be aggro now. They're going to engage with the Orisa as they try to cross.
Exactly, it's all going to be about this approach, 10% now. But they're trying to make it happen, and
they're going to brig out when they can. There it is. No other ults. They're already starting to spam him in. They had it. They're going to go for a Orisa ult like in 2 seconds now, right where the brig's at. Ooh, what a 1v1. This is a good fight. This is good Overwatch. We're down to the last team fight, 99% to 99% of the third map. What in the world is... I can't tell you what's going on there. Okay. Okay, Farrell flanked, but it was too late. Yep. Wow.
Alfie cannot find a damn thing. It's so very close, but in the end, it's Falcons.
What a good first map. If that's anything to come, like on this one, let's go. If that's a sign of things to come, that's huge.
Neck and neck, 3 rounds, 99.
Great first game. That's what I want to see. It's good Overwatch.
Falcons come out ahead
for Falcons.
Well, in Third Point Kings Row, you weren't able to go Widow as much in Overwatch 1. Obviously, because you'd have that extra, one of the extra tank was there, would be a little bit less. There's just too much stuff to get through, right? So,
but showing it for a moment there with the Winston on Afara would have been crazy.
So we have Orisa versus Orisa.
Back a few patches ago.
We have Genji Ash versus Farah Cass as the DPS line. No. I didn't say I like Dorado over Kings Row. I hate playing Dorado. I'm saying Third Point Dorado, I don't get headshot by Widow for 18 team fights in a row. Does that make sense? I will take Kings Row 10 out of 10 times over Dorado. I was just comparing like the third points of the maps.
Really nice angles where you could stay on high ground and get all that healing through. They're losing control of the point fast.
They are. Proper continues to be the one going down to try to contest, but eventually Hanbin's going to have to make his way onto that low ground. And that's going to go button right now. His orbital ray already built up.
They already have Juno out.
Flora immediately gets Nova Pond. Finn likely to be taken down as well, down to a sliver of HP as they look for
yeah, Dorado for snipers, like for first and second point is horrendous. But then third point, you don't have to worry about the snipers, right? Once again, we're talking about the third point of Dorado right now. Dude, Dorado, I can't stand that map.
Good aggro and going back.
I'm glad that's going to be one of the reworked maps next season, because, like, dude, that map is...
So the reason why is because I was talking about...
It's the same reason why, like, I was talking about third point King's Row, it's the sniper part. When it's sniper dominant and the sight lines are so dominant for that, that's... You notice how a lot of the maps being reworked are sniper dominant maps? Yeah, I think it is next season, because they talked about it in, like, a blog post or, like, a thing a while back.
Gets himself over into the hotel, though, and will be sustained back up towards full. For now, though, second tick going to be grabbed up here by Zeta Division, so still continuing to make some progress despite being down after that.
But yeah, I like King. Like I said, I take King's Row 10 out of 10 times over Dorado. I'm just saying, third point has become an issue where, like, it's a sniper fest.
Has been taken out. Fielder, the only casualty thus far here on the side.
Good result there by Hanbin. Sorry, I didn't really watch the first engagement there. They're defending. Ooh. Remember how they kind of talked about Zeta's ult economy? Like, one thing that Team Falcons have right now is they're one step ahead on ults. Because look, they can Juno ult this fight. Oh, never mind. That is tough. They're going to Juno ult, I think. They might Juno ult Blade and just try to win this, but they're going to give them the map control so that they're more stacked up. They're giving them too much time. Yep. Good play by Pelican. They were giving them a little bit too much space there. After that, they needed to go in and make an aggressive play. I get it. They were just trying to slow it down for their teammate to get back, but that was just a good individual play by Zeta. Made some great plays.
Yeah, it's about a minute under what the average has been for this tournament. We're usually seeing 5 minute plus time.
I'm on so late, I'm on early.
You know, a little bit.
It's a way to look at it.
As well as the fact that Gio was able to build that extra orbital.
Oh, I love first and second King's Row.
Here, you can just back off. Give up.
This is kind of ironic. You finally should get decent at Widow and they start reworking the sniper maps.
We're gonna look for a Dragon Blade fight here. That's our main goal. Use the old advantage.
I think it's, and it'll be a hot take, but your dad thanks for the features, man. Thank you. I think it's good for Overwatch because you can still play Widow, right? And you just have to play a little bit more aggro as Widow, which makes it a little bit more like risk reward, like glass cannony, where in some of the maps on Widow, you can just sit AFK in the back and there's just not much the team can do about it. And like, you can say go somber all day long and things like that, but like it doesn't always work that way because like sometimes the maps it takes forever to get there, and by the time they get there, it's like it takes one health pack or a brig pack to keep that Widow alive, right? And then like that's it. So
I mean, Zeta were so patient. They waited out the orbital ray. They looked for
exactly. Like you can still be good on Widow on Junkertown first point, but now the sight lines are a little bit more like okay, it's not like a Widow's gonna server admin it if you can find good position, but the Widow can still win the map, right? So that made first point Junkertown feel a lot better. So
it's been a Pelican show so far.
What time is it here? 4:51.
You already did your job on the map here.
Okay, what do they have? I would use Juno ult soon. There it is. The Brig ult there is very interesting because if they're trying to win this team fight, I don't think they can, so I feel like they hecked up their ult economy, right? And I think that's the problem right now is... I get it, but like... It feels like that would have been... It just didn't feel like a winnable team fight once they lost their Orisa. It just felt like unless the other team engaged into their Brig, there was nothing they could do. Maybe they wanted to give armor to Proper and have Proper going with Blade, but I feel like they would have just defensively used Orisa ultimate and that would have been it, right? You know what I mean?
Despite having a great start, I mean, Zeta Division still crest B. They're halfway to C with 3 minutes. A huge turnaround from Falcons' mistakes.
We actually have a lot more Zenyatta coming back into the meta because
never been a wave band, so that's fine. I mean, I don't usually go live at 4 a.m. I usually go live at like, what, 7 a.m. right now has been my schedule all week, which I've been happy with. It's been nice. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it a lot.
Trying to break down these Orisas that are otherwise fairly immovable in those front lines. Orbital Ray, though, out here from Chio to try to start things off proper, taking a lot of space. But once again, Zeta Division just respecting the ultimate. They pull back away. They likely know that Proper has that blade in the back pocket, and they don't want him to pull it out quite just yet.
Yeah, Fielder does build half
for it.
Transcendence here off of this defense.
Have Blade coming up.
Blade is shut down.
Oh, what a Henda. What a Henda. Are you kidding me?
Falcons, but Stalker will be able to find the headshot as Pelican gets taken out. Fielder similarly getting involved. Violet going to be picked apart, so even with the shutdown on the Blade...
Nothing like a nice Henda play to ruin a Blade, right? Yeah, I did lose Blade.
No nano coming from the
So now they're going like spam heavy now. They're running like they're running the Ashe at like mid range. They're gonna run the Pharah from a distance, and now they can kind of spam them around the corner, which makes third point a little bit more difficult. Here's the Widow. Okay, let's see. Well, I think they're going Widow just for the one-shot capability. The Ashe is good, but like I feel like Bob is yep. I feel like Bob's a little bit worse when there's an Orisa in the game.
Is able to capitalize. Proper now going to be taken down as the orbital ray comes through here from Zeta Division, opening up a lot of space now.
So you know what's funny about all this, chat? What did you notice about what Zeta just did right there? What hero did they go to really open this up on third point Kings Row?
Trends can buy a ton of time though. Pelican, how well?
Falcons have a retake for sure, but they're gonna bob and like do all this. But they went Widow, had the sight line, forced the team back, and now they're like.
3.87 meters left to go with a minute remaining as the Terror Surge gets pulled out here from Bernard. For the kill, it's going to be
nice ult. The Bob's a little bit later than they wanted, but I think they have enough ults to win it.
Stalker able to find Pelican. 3 kills in response now, a fourth. It's going to be enough for them to go ahead and hold the line. One final attempt at a push here. With 45
Do I think Widow is better played with high or low sensitivity? Preference.
Just putting everything on the line.
Straight up preference.
Final push with less than 40 seconds.
I always will say that for sensitivity. Like, obviously, you don't play on like 9,000 sensitivity, where like if you sneeze, you do 7,000 180s.
Left in the tank.
Stalker's going to be moving over to Genji proper there to match with the Widowmaker. Pelican seeing his swaps, but this is still critical time bought as he looks to rejoin. 20 seconds remaining. It's going to have to be effectively in overtime here for Zeta Division if they want to get themselves to the end of the map.
I think it's going to have to be Flora who gets it done if they're going to get it done.
Yeah, pretty much you have gotten the Widow to get the picks, which I mean, that is this map. Headshot on the Orisa might get the kill for them. Oh my. Thankfully, Orisa has 7,000 survivability, right? Uh-oh. Yeah, Stalker's mistake there is Stalker tried 1v1 in the support, which support's a little bit better of a DPS than a DPS is. Oh wait, Proper's also on Widow now? That wasn't joking, by the way, chat, about Widow on third. This map has become like a Widow part of the map. It would not be 10 hours for the first drop, it'd be 10 hours for the whole set of drops.
Fairly rocky start, managed to get to the end of Kings Row, but with no
survivability is because of like how quickly the cooldowns are again.
Speed boost from Fielder into a swap. Maybe just the Alari to match here. Okay, will be that break for now. Pelican, though, on the Mei. Once again, with Bernard out on D.Va.
Genji into this Mei isn't going to feel great, and unless you can get an initial pick.
Yeah, with the Mei, Bernard is going to have a lot more safer distance, having that Ice Wall plus the extra defense with the Ice Block.
He's like, yeah, we're playing.
Especially
okay.
The close distance near the cafe will be a lot easier for Zeta to actually go for the defense.
All it takes, though, is one.
Well, I just got up early. I went to bed at like 8:30. I mean, I can actually tell you what time I fell asleep at.
Already
the Apple
here on the high ground that's going to be sending Zeta scattering.
Might be like give or take 20 minutes just because. Well, I had a sleep score of 58. Is that good?
Looking for that isolation. Dashes over, but Finn barely able to escape. Has to use that, I believe, to go ahead and get himself out to safety. But for now, Zeta Division are widely contained back over towards the archway here. But no one's contesting the point either.
Yeah, Pelican's just chilling.
Yeah, apparently I slept.
Now Falcon's rotating around.
I mean, it's looking like a crazy merry-go-round play, but
6 hours?
It's going to be a trade out on these
6.5 hours?
Geo and Finn both get taken down, but now Stalker going to be isolated, picked apart. And this could very much spiral here.
Keep in mind, I tried to fall asleep again. Like, I tried to go back to bed, I couldn't. Like, I actively tried to sleep again. Is this live yet? Damn. This has been a really close match. Like, it's not like...
And been outdone, you know, in the footwork here from Zeta.
It's not like Falcons are just running them over. You know, it's like, it's a very good game.
The thing is, though, it took so much time for the Falcons. They only have so much time.
What time is it for me?
Yeah, I mean, they have no tips.
5 o'clock, I think,
they
now?
only got 60% of a Dragon Blade in this Genji pick. Feels relatively weak. The initial rollout, maybe you can get a pick there. You can start getting those Swift Strike resets.
Probably Arnie. There's no way.
Pelicans almost got that Blizzard. That might just be checkmate.
Yeah, I mean, now Stalker's trying to match here on the Mei.
Yeah, I was going to say, they already have a good start right now. I like that they went D.Va. It's interesting to see how they do with the D.Va comp, because I feel like the D.Va comp can eventually get ground down if, like, oh, they went D.Va versus D.Va. I love it. Let's go, baby. Come on, I need D.Va to still be relevant in games so I can go D.Va still in ranked, even though D.Va's a bit more paper-mache. But in pro play, the way they'll play D.Va in comparison to ranked is so good.
He's not even really a hero. Like he's got no ult economy. He's just like, I hope I get a pick. It's not working.
I think 5 ultimates versus just 3 here from the side of Falcons.
Yes.
Proper will need this play to go hard.
This Widow's gonna get dove.
But certainly can pay off because against the 5 ultimates, you need
It depends how the blade goes.
Right now.
Flora nearly eliminated.
Actually, Falcons did a really good job taking map control here. They might have given themselves an opportunity.
Save for the moment. Orbital Ray opened up first here from Shield, but Fielder immediately is dead. Bernard able to get in on top of him. Captive Sun gonna be.
Well, I wasn't joking about them getting dove.
Stalker will be able to survive for now. Blade pulled out.
Yep, that's about expected for Blade.
Finn, however, has been eliminated, so it's going to be supportless here for the side of Zeta Division as they continue trying to hold the line. Self-destruct going to be sent as Hyman gets taken out of the mech. No kill's going to be found there. Looks like he will be able to safely get back in. Violet swapping over to Belusio to try to get he and Finn back at this play. Possible, but Pelican.
I like this by Pelican.
Completely unscouted. Lobs in the
That was great play. That was a great play by Pelican. Because that was just like good patience and like you don't have to worry about the D.Va eating it.
Has fallen low. Goes in, tries to find
that was very well played.
But he has delivered himself unto death. Self-destruct comes across.
D-Mech? Oh, the D.Va didn't get D-Mech.
Out on that one, but cannot deny the remake. Meanwhile, it's still 0% gain. Falcons have barely even touched this point.
This is a disaster for the Falcons. I mean, right now...
I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like what's gone wrong here for Falcons is that the casters kind of alluded to it. They kind of just like strayed away from winning off of like ults and like having that as like in your back pocket if you struggle. They swapped to like a Widow comp and like against a D.Va comp that's basically going to get in your face and you're going to... It's just hard to find those shots. Like you can get a kill as Widow right now, but like it's just hard to find that value.
Will they even give
that make sense?
Violet trying to hold the door here at the hotel. Tucks in, grabs that mini pack, keeps himself alive here for the moment.
Stalker has to. There's nothing else for the Falcons right now.
No ults on either side. Maybe in an extended fight, Finn can build up towards that orbital right, but for now...
You know what I mean? Like they're just running at the Widow.
He's found Stalker proper! How did he
That wasn't even close.
I don't have the answer, but either way, it looks like...
What a map for Zeta. Like, that wasn't even close.
Ben and the hammer. His name is Pelican, not Pelicans, as he gets them over the line.
Wow.
And we are tied up. Utter domination from Zeta Division.
Wow. What happened to Proper? More than likely, Proper deflected something, and then it did self-damage. Daniel's looking great, though. It gets me even more excited to see how Drake May's going to be, because I know that Drake May was, like, the other quarterback who was, like, very, like, on, like, the same, like, level as, like, what they can, like, consider with Jaden. Now, keep in mind, Jaden has the results, but, like, those two are very compared in, like, their like, football IQ and, like, smarts and everything, so it's going to be really cool to see.
Is just going to have additional flexibility.
Because obviously Jaden Daniels has been really good, so hopefully Drake May can have that too when he eventually plays. Hopefully, right? That's the hope.
Yeah, it's not first time.
What do we got here? No May. I'm actually surprised. I thought it was going to be a May start in this one, but
day 3.
I guess I haven't seen too much of the Flashpoint openers here, so
on the Genji today, I think probably wants to match or even get better scores out of this Genji. Let's see if it happens.
Brig Juno is a very good comp.
To be concerned about on the opposite side, so can't just deflect into a micro.
Brig also kind of guarantees you can get your heals out, so if a team's ever played a D.Va comp or like that, like Brig is just good. And it's not like Brig is like OP, like it's gonna like dominate ranked in general. Like a lot of people don't play Brig the way that you're supposed to play Brig, but I've been kind of explaining it more and more that I've been getting better at Brig. So
the HP bars right now on Falcons dangerously low.
That's not a good comp in gold, you promise? I'm gonna be honest with you. Are there any comps that are really good in gold? You get what I'm saying? Like it's more about like just how like the reason why comps are so like, and I always try to explain this when I'm doing like spectating. Like comp is. How do I explain it? Good start, by the way, for Team Falcons. Like, when it comes to meta-based stuff, the reason why it's meta is not just because of the heroes, it's because of the teamwork involved. So the reason why, like, a meta comp may not be as strong in gold is because you need the teamwork to go with it. And if you don't have the teamwork, or you don't understand how the comp is played, then all you're going to do is have those heroes with no synergy.
And they after checking Genji, they immediately switched their position.
Like you'd be better, like straight up, like say you have a Wrecking Ball main, a Sim main, a Genji main, a Lucio, and a Moira on your team. You'd be better off in gold going that if it meant that your teamwork was better than if you ran the meta comp. Does that make sense? Like you will win the game more if like if your team has more teamwork with any of the random comps against the meta-based comps in like gold.
as Violet tries to keep himself alive.
Straight up.
Rally nearly online. Hop comes in here from Fielder. Violet gets eliminated. Projectile has come in, been able to find him with that torpedo. Proper shutdown. So Blade not going to be
I
finding
agree.
much of anything.
I think Brig is one of the best heroes to field. It's always interesting to see like team theory here and like what they want to do here. So let me, and what I mean by that is I'm surprised that Pelican went for the ultimate there because it was clearly obvious they were going to lose that point. And at least in my opinion, Flashpoint, the #1 thing that you need is ult economy. And it's the reason why you see so many teams take a 2-0 lead and then lose 3-2 is because on the third round, teams over try to win and sweep Flashpoint, and then they lose their whole ult economy and lose the rest of the way.
That alone isn't necessarily enough
that
to
makes
guarantee
sense?
you a team fight win.
So
there's so much pressure coming down from both Cassidy's, even the Genji.
Oh yeah, even cover picks in top 100. I'm just saying that's what it is.
With the cover up from both supports.
That's my hero skins. I'll be honest with you, I haven't.
I like this buy.
Best way to put it is I haven't really seen my hero. So being able to give like direct feedback on it, how it looks, how excited, but I'm glad people are excited for it. That's the best I can say.
That first cap will be theirs on the second point.
It really isn't the rally that's the difference maker there. It's Fielder's greed. He steps way too far forward there, trying to assist.
You play Brig and people cry about you not being
towards the neutral contest.
But you're not being a heal bot. I mean, Brig's not really a heal bot because all of your value comes from doing damage. So if people are saying you're are getting mad at you on Brig, like Brig gets a lot of healing, just so you know.
So they're gonna be able to recontest.
I don't know if you've seen Brig's healing stats, but if you're playing Brig correctly, you're gonna keep people healed. If your other support is Juno, Bap, Ana, Moira, any of those heroes, like you'll be fine on Brig because you don't have to carry the it's gonna be more on your tank just not standing in the middle of the open, right?
Where Violet is still so very far away.
Did I watch any anime? Not yet. I've seen
close to no damage coming into the point again.
Season 1 of Attack on Titan years ago. Saw like the first season of Sword Art Online, which I thought was good for the first half. I'm on the entertainment arc of Demon Slayer, but I don't watch it a ton. I mean, the good news is if I ever do get into like an anime binge, I'll have a ton to watch, you know? So. Zeta just dominated that second point. I talk about ult economy, meanwhile Pelican builds an extremely fast blade.
Parity here between the squads, now tied 1-1.
I mean, you see the rally.
What do I use for the on-screen chat? I'll be honest with you. That's a question for AwCrap when he's on.
A tool they could have utilized.
So if you ever see Crap in the chat, just ask him motion. He sets up all my stuff.
That stuff. Always enough. You know, sometimes
that's activated through my stream elements, though, I think. I don't control the chat thing. Like, I don't have like an overlay for my chat. It's like it's built in directly in some way, but AwCrap my chat will be able to give you that information. I'm sorry.
Division not too flustered by this, I don't think.
So if you see him on, which he might be asleep right now, but if he is on, he might be able to let you know.
Drawn out the Dragon Blade, but they already lost one. It wasn't going to be a favorable fight for them anyhow, so they're still in this mentality. Seems fine for the Falcons.
I like the pressure.
Oh yeah, I mean I've been talking about a bunch of stuff in animated watch. Okay, let's see how they do this right now. So they're gonna go in with Blade from proper soon, but are they waiting on gold on Orisa? Like what? I'm trying to think. They might be tracking ultimates here. They might think they. I know what's going on. I know what's happening. They're tracking Zeta as having Juno ultimate, so they didn't want to make a play. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Yeah.
Blade pulled out proper, seeking another target as Violet has been eliminated. It's another shutdown on a crucial, critical rally. This time it's Zeta Division.
So yeah, I think they were tracking that.
Falcons will get the team kill and the cap.
I mean,
oh, there you go, motion.
Terra Surge, like I mentioned, not necessarily going to be what wins you the neutral fight, but when you see the orbital rays traded and everyone on Zeta
groups having these plays in my rank games, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't see many pro players in my rank games in general right now, not because like, not because I'm not getting in their games, like I'm in that range, like I think I'm like ranked like 60 right now, we're ranked like 20 recently, but a lot of players haven't been playing rank as much, and if they are, like I don't even know if it's them because they're on an alt account, you know what I mean, or they don't like talk and rank as much anymore, so.
And that could have been significant in finding an opening pick.
Because it used to be everybody was just calm and hard and like all that. Now it's just I could have a bunch of pro players in my games and they're on ults. I wouldn't even know. I can't keep up with people's ults.
It is that low ground contest here on this point in
yeah.
particular.
I think OWCS is kind of going to scrim mode vibe, do the thing, which is fine. I mean, if they, I think like sometimes like that's fine, like doing something different, like just chilling, like rather than just like grinding another 8 hours after scrims. Like some players that they, you know, they show up and they pop off, and then that's fine.
You're really close, and that was an expensive push. Didn't lead into that many kills, but still, I think that was required for Zeta to steal this one away. It's 97, and if they can hold on to this point, I think Zeta still has some chances in this map.
Pelican waited to a perfect moment.
Yeah, like Zeta Division, they do have. The problem is that if Team Falcons recognize that they have a slight advantage on the Brig Juno ultimate, they can just lead in with Brig Juno ultimate and just win. And I think they're going to do that. They're not going to use it right away. But they have it if they need it. Yeah, they don't even need it. Yeah. That was a good play. But like at the same time, I look at Zeta and I go, they did an okay job of keeping their support ultimates, but Falcons also did a good job of only using 2 ultimates. You know what I mean? So that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
They would just to see if maybe they could get something else off of the play. Perhaps
I thought that was good at least.
So much healing because he has the advantage there that maybe he gets a pick, then they can actually win that ensuing fight. But they decide to wait. They decide to keep their ultimates for this next fight. They will have both support ultimates online. And as long as they don't overgroup onto Finn's ultimate again,
overgrouping
shouldn't have that big of a Terra Surge. The opportunity,
I can agree.
although
you don't want to overdo that. I see.
As we move to this
a Deadeye kill, yeah.
Closed space.
Yeah, heading close. When you say
up here.
Genji Blade is at ready. Proper is, I think, going for that angle, staying right nearby.
Stalker, though, living up to his name, swinging around the back.
Oh, what a Hinda. Oh, yeah, there it is. And that's more Blade kills than we expected, right, chat? Yeah, Zeta's gonna win that because they just have the Juno ultimate to begin with. Ooh, good response. They almost brought that back. They're gonna go for the kills here, get as much ult charge as they can. Yeah. Yeah.
Really huge win here for Zeta. And Hanbin just, there wasn't enough healing to keep him alive. Gio obviously
said 100 gifted right now if I get up in.
Tried his best to hold the door there, tried
what?
to spin his spear, but
you just literally said get up in Giddy and then Friday.
Control down their own Terra Surge in defense.
That was
listen,
so much,
I can only do like the what is it, the gritty if I score a touchdown. Okay? Right?
Buying time.
Yep, time bought. It's gonna be about
Which Justin Jefferson has been scoring some touchdowns with Sam Darnold.
Ray at the ready, Pelican.
Holy crap.
That play to online, but it's going to be the Terra Surge to start things off as Proper will fall. Violent going to be turned back as is Finn, so no DPS to speak
of. What a play. What a play. Look at this. This is a good series. You were right, Chad. What a series.
Together. They win out the fight, and they look to bring us now tied up 2-2.
Similar situation, but in the
what a series.
Zeta Division, they were able to hold it. Falcons, they can't. I think that's a big showing right now of what they can do.
I think they can't even touch. They're just going to go ahead and start working their way.
I mean, they're going to go try and take the point, and they have a Falcons do have the ult advantage. Remember how I talked about ult economy?
No, Falcons absolutely.
No, you're impressed by the Vikings? I mean, I think most people are impressed by Sam Darnold. One thing's for sure, Sam Darnold has earned himself a large contract and a team next year.
And a huge lead there. So Falcons now just trying to rush for point prio. This Deadeye should buy them a lot of space. They do have the orbital ray advantage for a moment here. They're on the point, hasn't unlocked.
So what Zeta really wants to do here is they want to buy enough time to force Team Falcons to use ultimates to win this fight. I think Zeta recognizes, or Zeta, they recognize that they're probably not going to win this team fight due to ults. So they want to buy as much time as they can to force out the ultimates from Falcons to be able to bring their ult advantage back. They're going to give them the point for free.
Whoever gets the opening cap has been taking the flashpoints. So this could be a big boon here for the side of Falcons. Zeta, though, going to be looking for an opening where possible. Fielder, Violet, neck and neck.
Okay, now you're going to see 2 Juno ultimates in about 3 seconds.
There's a lot more opening towards the sides. The Zeta Division has a lot easier time of coming back.
My timing was off. I apologize. It's going to happen, though. Okay, ready? What are they waiting on? Brig ult to go with it, maybe? Because Falcons are fine with them not using any ultimates. They're going to slow it down as much as they can. There it is. Now's the counter. Now's the all-in. Everybody's going to all-in right now. It's important for both teams to win this, so they're all going to all-in their ultimates. Proper might go for the Blade here. It depends. Yeah, Proper's going to go for Blade now because they don't have to work. Yeah, maybe not. They might be playing it safe. It's Blade time. Armor's falling off. Yep.
Has pulled out the blade. That's a pop the deflection. Widely just going to be kiting back. Pelican out. We're taking down to his sliver. Get some heals. He's able to stay alive. Still in the mix, a flashbang across floor.
I recognize those blades.
Chio gonna be taken out. It looks like this
Wow.
match is not
Woo.
over yet. Flora going crazy. Dink
Oh,
after
dude, I had a game like
shut them down.
I had a game yesterday on Cassidy that was just like that.
199 of Zeta.
I was not missing. I have no idea what was going on. It was
They end
great.
up getting a big swing of ult charge here. Now the Chio and Finn charges are even. Flora popping off on that last defense. His spacing, his positioning, fantastic. Shutting proper down and winning the end of that fight. Pelican has his Dragon Blade now as well. Zeta Division so patient, so much tenacity on that last defense. Thought for sure they were done. A miracle. Let's see if they can make it happen twice.
And Zeta has a blade too, with no support L charge. They better use this without getting rolled. They're trying to all in them.
Stalker's able to find one as Flora will fall, but now they are tankless.
It's blade time. They know.
No!
They were playing it too safe. Finn's gonna be forced to use their ult now.
Can rejoin decently quickly as Finn investing the orbital ray, but Stalker is now just
no!
Violent eliminated Bernard. No bailout.
And you know what's crazy to me about that?
And that might just be it.
You know what's crazy to me about that, chat?
Anywhere close.
The whole
That
game,
kill on the
we talked about
Pelican
ult economy.
costs them.
And Zeta was like, you know
Win.
what?
Falcons
We're going to just
win
win
out
with
of
ult
Junction
every
City
time.
again
And then
by
when they
narrow
finally have the
margins.
opportunity in a
With the lead in this
4v4 to use their
series,
ultimates,
match point is theirs.
right? They just don't use their
Incredibly
ults.
close finish we had there at the end. And finally, I'm gonna get it. See if Alpha Yi can once again perform on his iconic Genji. It's been so many years since his debut on this pick. I'm bringing it out now when it matters most.
I'm ready. No May.
Another mirror comp, and Alpha
Cool to
Yi
see some Genji versus Genji.
put into another test as he doesn't play Genji as much compared to Proper.
Cassidy's really good in these Orisa comps because a lot of it's mid-range gameplay. So you can do a lot of damage. Cassidy is one of the heroes that can put a lot of pressure on Orisa. That's why you see a lot of Cassidy and has a little bit of survivability on some of their play. You basically tickle them at anything longer than mid-range, but when you know the other team isn't running the sniper comp, the Cassidy makes so much more sense than the Orisa. Huge Hinda. See?
Going to be left out to dry. Zeta Division say, okay, Genji's over there. Let's pile in. We managed to find the opening kill. Bot still being.
Oh, really good job by Proper taking that bot, by the way. That was a good job. Because now, like, they're going to lose that momentum on getting the kill, and they're going to be able to contest it before they even take the lead. So, that was really well played.
Look at Chio's ult charge. You know, now it's matched, but they keep trying to use Hiimishie as a battery to get these fast orbital rays. But if you can actually punish and get in there quickly, you can take that Orisa out if you're coordinated enough, and Flora did just that. Zeta Division still struggling to match the distance, but if they win this fight, they're going to be
I think it's intended, CJ. I think it even says it in the blog post, but yeah, I'm not sure the reason behind it.
No dash available, ends up getting taken down.
Yeah, you have to do your
Proper's positioning
placements
is
before you
much
get
more
your
like,
progress.
Tracer, in a way, and Zeta Division
Could just be
actually
as simple as, like,
onto that point,
they didn't have the
pushing
percentages
off
in
the
there, and, like,
sideline,
you would
will
just, like,
go onto Hanbin on the
you would
back
get
line,
your stuff right away on
hyper
placements because, like, it
pushing
doesn't
the
have a
team
way to do it.
over.
I don't know.
Orbital Ray, the advantage for now here for the side of Falcons. Finn, however, hot on his heels.
Yeah, because of the percentage in the rank. Yeah, that's what I figured it might be.
Be able to grab that checkpoint quite
So actually,
easily,
they ended up
but
taking the
decided to go ahead
corner.
and pull away.
Zeta has... Oh, we're getting a Juno versus Juno. Well, we're getting some all-in ultimates here in a second. Unless Zeta can just use their blade play quickly here. Yeah, oh, we got an ult domino. Oh, yeah, this is the overwatch. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. That is some Overwatch right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Not required. Bernard only able to find one before getting taken out. Lead is theirs. A chance to go ahead and reply and try to stop the spot before.
By the way, that is legit strategy now. Like, usually teams are all about, like, really good ult economy. I don't think there's a good manageable ult economy in this meta. Because, like, you just can... It's just, the ults are so easy to build.
Plus the fact that everyone's grouped up in the enemy
And, like, you just go for it. Right, you just go for it. Now we have Blade versus Blade. That's the both teams are tracking Blade versus Blade, so they're going to slow their play down a little bit. They don't want to give them a free Blade opportunity. So these teams are going to slow down. Right, because, like, Zeta has the lead, so their mindset is, we don't have to push in. We're not going to heck up our lead. Team Falcons goes, well, we need to make a play, but we need to wait for the right timing. So now you just have a stand still. See? You were told ult dominoes was metal rank behavior? I mean, ult dominoes happen less in top 500 and, like, OWCS, etc. for sure, but some metas just don't... Ult economy becomes secondary, right? Even though it's a good part to have, It just becomes a secondary part of like the of how it goes. They're just waiting for us. Both teams are waiting for the same play. They're just building Juno ult. They have no reason to push past the choke. Both teams.
Around the corner, like you were saying, G-Clef, so the punish just isn't there. He's built
the problem is, and yeah, they don't really. You can't really see it happening because Fielder has to play further back and can't proc Inspire. Violet the whole time has been able to play further aggro on them and has procced Inspire multiple times and now has Brig ult against him. Well, it's a neutral fight because there's no reason to go in. There's no point. It's with Juno disengaged, there is 0 point for Team Falcons to make a play yet. Okay, now we're gonna see a play, chat, but I don't think they recognize they don't have a Brig ult. Yep. Now they're gonna counter, but I don't think they realize Violet has Brig ult. It didn't matter. Oh my!
Another 3K. They find the team kill.
And there it is.
Everybody disappearing. Alpha's blade finding absolutely no value.
And Falcons are gonna have the Brig ult now,
taking the lead away.
And I mean, it's almost so cookie cutter the way Falcons win these fights. Geo, I don't have ult, I don't have ult, I don't have ult, I've got it now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, that's the whole idea. Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Clean them up. Easy peasy.
And the key thing is Violet losing that rally, so support ultimate advantage is going to be there for Falcons to try to maintain.
Yeah, I think they're going to be aggressive with their Orisa ult now, though, because they know they have a Orisa ult advantage. So if they can survive this initial High Noon play, which High Noon lasts for 2.5 years and also has a speed boost, that is a deal.
Deadeye comes up with 2! Alpha and Violet both just falling to the wayside, that speed boost.
Well, it's because Bernard had to use Javelin Spin a little bit too early.
So.
Yeah, I think Stalker was pushing from behind Hanbin, so Zeta Division, they didn't know that Stalker was coming from behind.
And Proper is just becoming unleashed.
Zeta needs to just chill for a second. They still have plenty of time. Okay, Proper hecked that up. So now they can just take it back. This is one of those situations where they don't want to ult, but they might have to use one ultimate to get through this.
An ult charge, and he might just be able to look for that cookie cutter fight one more time. Zeta in big trouble.
Yep.
They're
not really in like huge trouble because they have the Orisa ult to go with it, so they can play very defensive. But then like,
just even better. He's
it happened again.
Will fall forward, going to be traded out as Proper's able to find one, but now Equalize has been. We'll pick up a kill here on the Chio. The rest of the team scattering.
It feels like these team fights, that was too close of a team fight for the situation at hand. What I'll say is, I think what's happening, and I don't know if it was a mid. I haven't seen enough of the matches, but I think there was like a mid-game adjustment in one of the previous games saying, let's stop being so safe with our ultimates, and let's just make plays off those ults. And Zeta's kind of like, okay, we have a 5v4, let's play it very safe. But like I say that, but then I remember on Flashpoint it was the opposite, so I don't know what's going on with that. Good luck. Nice. Woo, there we go. Nice blade. They can't trade anymore. One trade is okay there, but that's it. Okay, they do a good job. That's going to give him checkpoint.
But I
mean, checkpoint is a dub for them now. Getting checkpoint with this time gives them opportunity. What's going to happen now is they're going to end up playing defensive. Do you see like the backside to the left of where Bernard is? They're going to play that way soon and take that map control. It's going to be a slow fight again. Is it though? Proper has ult? No, they're going to play it slow. They're going to play it slow.
Proper has shown that can be more than enough to go ahead and get the fight victory.
They're going to get stuck at the same choke now.
From Zeta Division for a while, but that was quickly done, and they don't have the time working for them. So I think that was a really important fight for Zeta Division.
Well, that's why Falcons doesn't really have to push in again.
I wonder if they could realize they're so far ahead of Hanbin right now in terms of Terra Surge. If they're able to identify and track those ults.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to track where the Orisa ultimate is. I mean,
with that combo we've seen so many times.
That's a difficult one. They're going to slow it down. Oh, what a play. Okay, I got to admit, that was a clutch shot. Okay, I got to be honest with you. Remember how earlier I said you need to play to win, not to play to lose? For Flora to go on that flank and confidently hit those shots, that was unreal. And now look at Zeta. They have a High Noon to maybe slow them down and do a blade possibility.
I mean, Falcons used so much there.
Like, there's a chance here.
They lose the fight. Flora also still has this zoning Deadeye here to potentially push them into that distance lead. This fight is the one.
Yeah, they're gonna engage soon. They're not gonna let them take the lead.
Cannot lose this one. If they win it, they're likely to win the map and bring us to
Oh no,
5.
Violet's dead.
But that's gonna be Stalker able to
That's
find
like
Violet,
worst
shutting
case
him down,
scenario.
so that lead still going to be eluded here.
Yep.
Falcons gaining control of the bot and shoving it back in the opposite direction. Forward spawns are going to be available here to them as Terra Search gets invested from Hanbin just to try to find any kind of stagger picks, open up the distance even further. But
Did your stream quality was bad and you thought I was talking about someone just playing Pharah as a Flora?
Hinder comes through across the flashback.
This is they're going to all in their ults.
He will be taken down. Just far too many players from Falcons.
No, maybe.
He's going to be taken out.
It's so hard to say.
He's still rolling, trying to keep them in this fight.
Like you see that and go no, but then like Violet gets multiple kills. And it's just like, it ended up being the correct call, but like,
I don't know if this is enough necessarily.
honestly, dude, this is ridiculous.
Falcons will have the faster regroup. They also have Chio's.
They're gonna have Blade. I mean, on paper, Falcons have the better ult. Actually, there's a play here where if Zeta gets aggressive with the Orisa ultimate right now, recognizing they have that advantage, they can maybe get a quick kill with High Noon and not be as much of an issue.
30 seconds.
But it looks like they have the opposite idea on the other team.
He's looking for a target, and Violet's gonna be one of them.
Yep.
Like that from Alpha E, he's able to find Stalker 1-for-1 exchange thus far as the overlord is coming.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say.
Down. Alpha E in the neutral.
Oh,
up with 3 eliminations.
they just took the lead. I think if they can kill them really quickly, they just took the lead.
About to be there, but Violet, I believe, respawns a little bit too late.
Oh, the left clicks.
Gonna be staggered out. A monster is
That's a lead.
at the perfect moment.
Oh
The distance
my.
being covered. The lead
Robotic Addy, thanks for the 4 months of the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it.
The overtime gets ready to be forced out the dashboard. Proper manages to force this. As the Terra Surge comes through. Bernard
And they got Proper.
down, Proper on the floor. The
I mean,
play
even
not
if
to be seen. And
they
there's
want,
the
oh
cleanup.
my.
They've shoved them back, and we are not done yet. Zeta Division, they pick for Sapi, they get the victory.
Dude, what a series.
And that means that we are going the distance. We are going to map 5.
What a series.
Map 5, Zeta keeping it alive. Out.
Rallying
Who am I
behind the
cheering
team,
for?
wanting to see
Both
them
teams.
in
I just want to
another
see a good match.
international
And you know
event.
what? We have been treated to a good match. This has been a great series.
Such
2-2.
a lineup themselves.
Last
They have
second
some
match
shooting
fights,
Falcon,
like,
Crazy Raccoon, but
I can't complain.
Some of these players, I mean, Violet,
You know what I mean?
Bernard, who's been around forever. There's so many players just in this final 3 from the O2 days.
Did you wonder how they make Ramatra work?
Ramatra
Ramatra works here, actually. So Ramatra, I feel like, has become the secondary tank in meta. You can say maybe, like, Ramatra and Diva are the secondary tanks in the meta. Also, I saw people saying that they're not bringing in Smurf. It's probably because of that hero selection I was mentioning. Do they usually bring Smurf in for Winston? Maybe Orisa if, like, it's not working?
Could totally work along this long lines.
I haven't seen how a lot of the substitutions have gone, but I feel like Smurf would come in for, like, Winston.
Not Widow.
Maybe Orisa on certain
Moving
maps.
over onto the Tracer here. As,
Yeah, so like, I don't think Winston fits into the meta right now. So, if
if
it was a Winston meta, I'm sure they'd bring Smurf in right away. Smurf's an unreal player.
On the
So.
Stalker can't quite confirm that kill or find Fielder. So for now, kills eluding us, but aren't being brought up to bear here around that first corner.
Now, we'll hope everything's going well for him now. Nicole. I might be missing some context in that, but
able to find the killing blow. So first kill going the way here of Falcons. Looking to try to pile in on top of this Ramatra, but Hanbin is able to go ahead and hold his ground. Stickies across some Stalker as well.
so Falcons is going for like the Widow, the Widow like Echo style. So the reason why they go Widow here is because it's a very long sightline on first, so if they deny this rotation, which as you can see, like Zeta's really trying to grind this part of the map out. The reason why they're taking away this part of the map is because of taking away the space of the Widow. That's the whole idea behind this, is create space for the Widow, take map control, force them to bridge, and meanwhile the Widow still gets a kill.
The enemy break, seeking another target. Right back up to full HP with the Annihilation nearly online. Some space is gained here for Zeta Division, but they still...
You can never really predict that if like an OWCS.
Try to spot the Sombra.
Would teams like this have done really well in OWL? Absolutely. I mean, these are like basically OWL teams, right? So I don't think it's like, you know.
Push around the corner, Bernard desperately trying to get these rockets woven through, pushes Fielder out to the side, isolates.
I mean, you could argue that after they were done, after OWL was done, and like all the players were able to kind of go to teams, that you just see even more all-star rosters now. Actually, somebody just said that as I was saying that, like, where like a lot of like the times where like players were like, oh, imagine if this roster existed, like that started to happen, right? To where like you started to have like these like all-star rosters that people people wanted to see.
Running out of options.
But
enough space to go ahead and
that's why it's going to take
Bernard
time for
getting
other
that
teams to
back
really
going across,
start
gonna
to
be broken
pop
down.
off a bit
Stalker's
more.
gonna find
And what I mean by that
Rally
is
a bit
you're going to
short,
start to
but
see other
front
teams
line
start to
being eliminated.
come into play that you wouldn't expect,
Without the
right?
coming out from Falcons,
Like an example of a team I give examples of, you're going to start seeing the Citrus Nations get better and better as they keep playing in these like OWCSs and stuff. You know what I mean?
So 3 minutes and 40 as Flora immediately looks to swap.
I always use Citrus Nation as an example because they're a team that like has a lot of talent and you see them do well. And like they don't have a ton of like OWL players, or I don't even know if they have any. But they've slowly started to get better and better because they're getting better practice. Right? They're getting better practice, and because they're getting better practice, they're having better matches. And then as you get better practice, you start to learn more things, and then you start to feel more confident against the teams that are like that you either like watch playing or like are really good, and then you get better against those teams, and that's how you start to see those teams grind in there. But it usually will take a year or two, especially when you have like a new league like this. And then you start to see more parity in the leagues and things like that. So, Supreme, thanks for the 119 months with the tier 1's a long time. Thank you, Supreme. I appreciate it. It's a long time. Thank you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wonder what kind of idea AwCrap's having.
I mean, even if Overwatch returns for next year's OWCS, I don't think I'll be. I'm more in co-streamer mode. If they need like a backup on the team who can show up for some matches, I can do that. But from that side of things, I've kind of talked about it. Like I'm okay with co-streaming and vibing. I've competed in so many things for so many years that I've hit the point of just like I'm okay with a couple one-off tournaments here and there, but from like just like committing to like a full weekend of OWCS and prep and all that, I'm enjoying doing this now. Nice shot.
That much output.
I really love the way that Zeta are looking to just try to pick this apart.
This is good. That was way too easy of a second point.
They say, okay, stop. Just ignore that front line. Get into the back.
The Jack shouted me out during last weekend's OWCS when he said that I was better than Danny's tank.
And I think that obviously with the lineup they were running,
like Danny on the table.
But the lineup they were running just doesn't offer really any feel.
I mean,
Division have a really good game plan here in Falcons.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I mean,
they showed it so much.
That's funny.
Leading up to this tournament. Here comes the orbital ray.
Outfield Violet just going to be taken down.
I was gonna say, I mean, I don't think Danny would contest that.
Onto Bernard, they know that he's just going to be able to just dive into the drink, so we kill him off nice and quick. 2:47 remaining here for Zeta Division as Flora's going to make the swap.
Lovely, exactly the game plan for Zeta Division.
That's funny.
To get Flora to change from the Widow using that ultimate, and it's hard to go into the third point actually getting just from a single team wipe from all the way over here. So perfect swap. They
oh man.
To have the game.
Your washing machine on a Sunday? My bad. I'm still pretty good at the game. Like I'm not.
Fairly vulnerable in the back.
Like I say, listen. Oh, nice blade. Holy crap. That is playing really well. Like, even if they lose the next team fight, like they're doing well. And they actually, because Finn died there, they actually saved their Juno ultimate. Yeah, I was going to say, it actually kind of worked out.
Yeah, with the Stalker, with the duplicate, extra Juno will provide so much sustain, so I think this push all the way until the end.
Like I said, listen, I'm still pretty good at the game. I'm not like, listen, am I as good as I was like 8 years ago in Overwatch? Probably not, but no, I still have my top 20, top 10 runs. You know, and that's with like, you know, a lot of solo and a lot of just vibing, having a good time.
Even further than it already is, but that's the best way to gain line of sight.
Gio is building that up so fast anyway, so might actually have the opportunity to go for something.
I said, still, you know, in that part of the leaderboard at what? I'm 34 now. No? I'm okay with that.
We got the troublesome ult out. Let's go ahead and backpedal. Stalker finding really nothing here in this.
If I had time and drive to grind, it'd still be as good as before. I mean, there's a lot of great players. I would certainly improve in some areas, but mechanically, there's a lot of great players. Like, it would be more about like my position and then like using like in-game smarts for me than it would be more about like that it would be like more about like increasing my mechanical skill. You know what I mean? You're 34 so old, you're 32. Oh yeah.
Those headshots, the annihilation from Bernard, able to
Yeah.
claim Gio Hanbin, keeping his own alive as Finn gets worked to lower and lower, but AwCrap finds Fielder, and now there's no supports available, and once again Hanbin is left vulnerable. He will be taken down.
Dude, what a map by Zeta. Like, this is unexpected.
It has no value whatsoever. The wall from Bernard, absolute genius.
Wow. I kind of was expecting Team Falcons to like at least get that to like to push it into overtime, but wow.
They were so patient. They waited out all of the ultimates. The
What a play.
But then
That was unreal.
Orbital Ray, they raised second. That extra damage is part of why
Didn't
Alpha
turn
is
46
able to
last week.
keep
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
and
We're all
get
just
those
vibing,
dash
right? Doing our thing.
resets. Zeta Division losing the first member, but then coming back and hitting twice as hard.
I mean, I don't like, for me,
respecting that, maintaining the
and I've talked about it before, as I've gotten older, it doesn't feel like it's my mechanics that really shifts. It's my priorities and how just what I play, right? Like, you know, you see me play a bit more quick play now. You see me, you know, vibe out a little bit more when I'm playing ranked. You know, I'm still trying my hardest, but like, you know, I vibe a bit more than I would used to. I'm a little bit less like, you know, I probably don't micromanage as much as I used to. Not micromanage, but like, you know, if I really want, if I shot called some ranked games, you know what I mean? Like, maybe my shot calling has shifted a little bit in ranked. So like, you know, that might, you know.
Didn't expect, first of all, and then in the middle of the team fight,
they
they
start
start playing
I'm not gonna say I'm like
we have seen that a couple of times.
unreal,
against
but we're still pretty good.
If that happens, this is it. Falcons better
Which I'm
hold
okay
up
with.
right now.
I don't camp the ladder.
Going to have those
I mean,
defensive
that's
sight
fair.
lines on the Widowmaker.
I mean, obviously, if I did, I could just probably sit around the same
replicate
area
the
the whole
swaps
time.
and go for the Sombra himself.
I think Stalker's
Get your 50
choice to go
wins,
for the Tracer
then just
here
camp
is
it the rest of the
right
way.
one.
You don't
Trying
even have
match
to
the
do
Widow
anything.
here isn't
And then your
necessarily
MMR
going to
doesn't
work
really
out.
shift or
Just go
drop
all in
too
on the
much. You
dive.
just
You
use
put
it
Hanbin
there.
on the Diva. Try to shut Flora
As long as you
down.
min-max it
Try to
correctly.
get that momentum. If it fails, you have a little bit of extra time to swap. Flora here is going to scout this out already. Play very respectfully.
Okay, here we go.
Shutting down the Widow is the name of the game here. 4 Falcons on this initial push. Fighting for corner successfully.
Diva versus Diva to start, which is interesting because we just started to go into that Ramattra versus Ramattra, so you see a sense of like how these teams want to play an attack. So the reason why you go Diva on Rialto is to not like sit there and fight at the choke, it's to eventually take the high grounds away from like this Widow. Right? They eventually want to go for Flora. The reason why that bet of mine was so deep away from Flora is to get that scouted information. So they're going to try to take this area, right? Uh-oh, Flora's... Oh my, that aim by Stalker.
Finds a headshot to take him down. Big kill here in the hands of Falcons. More space potentially to be opened up. Is Proper looking to isolate, looking to go ahead and set up for the damage. Alpha, you will fall Finn now, going to be picked apart, and that should just be point A. Essentially gained here for Falcons, giving themselves a monster time.
You said LeBron started
that's exactly how
shooting threes later in his career.
I love the observing there.
So it's like the same thing there. I mean, I feel like that's just the NBA shifted more than that's.
I know he's coming for me. I need to get ready to grab.
LeBron wanted to shoot more threes. You know what I mean? I think that was just more along the lines of like that's the new NBA. We're past the days of like the 92 to 90 like games where like you just like have a post player who shoots 18-foot shots and then you just get rebounds. It's more like you spread the floor, even your center should be able to shoot threes and you just vibe out and have a good time.
Going to be taken down. Finn just hovering over top of the water, likely to just go ahead and drop down within the depths.
Falcons got that point, you know, in a reasonable time.
Earlier as the other DPS, Flora was if you don't have the Tracer position on the side of over the bridge, you just have to be drawing out all the aggro by yourself. I think he had to go for that.
You said Stalker doesn't get enough credit, but he might be the best Tracer in your opinion?
The
funny part about that is then you have Proper, who's also known as one of the best Tracers.
Getting some ultimates out of Falcons so they don't end up
on the same team. But Proper has so much flexibility with like Genji, Tracer, etc. This is the way you get.
Fault them too much forward. It does backfire in a big way, and now Falcons get both the team fight win and even ult trade and corner control with this high ground. Zeta really
makes the swap to May.
Fight right now.
Which I kind of like this because even if they lose second point, it's going to be really good for third.
Slow up there on the Hanbin on the Proper. There's Pulse Bomb.
I mean, there's still players that go to the rim. Like, I think you need at least one player in your team who's willing to drive to the hoop because that's how you get your three-point shooters wide open, right? So it makes sense, but he can also shoot threes, right?
From Benar, trying to buy some space. Can't really buy any kills, though, as Hanbin looks to try to pressure him out, but cannot deny the remake. Blade
here we go.
Proper now jumping into the back lines, and Finn will be the
what
first
a blade!
Looks for a bit more, finds out Lee for his troubles.
Yeah, they're gonna just have. I think they're just gonna have to give up this point. But like, I like that they made the swap to May now because they can kind of May is going to be much better on this third point, so.
Tucking back around the corner, but ultimately they cannot keep this contest going. They have to allow for the card to glide forward, so it's going to be 4:44. Make a wish, Falcons, as they go for the final stretch. The map.
This is kind of crazy where no one's checking on Soccer as how much pressure he's able to pull off.
You said Bam can't even shoot a 3, but he's still a top center.
He's
He's a good player. Yeah, but Bam has a really, like, Bam has a really good 18-footer, so he can still spread the floor, right?
It seems like a 5v6 right now.
Absolutely. Flora just
like he can still do that. And honestly, I would not be surprised to see Bam add a 3 to his repertoire over the next few years.
Shut down the old economy of Falcons. So far behind.
Guaranteed.
Go wide.
Drip, thanks for the 7 months for the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. No, I think they can stop him. Like I said, they still have the May out, so they can disengage this correctly, which they are. They have both the ults going. Like this May ult can win them a team fight. And one of the crazy things about May right now is that May also builds ult very quickly. Uh-oh, wait a second though. Yeah, I was gonna say I think that ends up being a bad ultimate. Even if Team Falcons win this grind of a fight here, they don't really win the overall team fight because they can just end up going into like defense mode here.
What more can really get done? This line is too tanky. They have spawn advantage. He has no recall. Back up now.
Stalker sticking around, does allow him to build up towards that next pulse. Now just 18% away. The blade nearly there for Prover, but the question is, will that rally commitment from Fielder?
I mean, obviously, I'm a Celtics fan, so I grew up watching like the Celtics. It would be like in the current NBA era, like right now, like Kevin Garnett would have probably had to learn how to shoot a 3, right?
We've seen teams in the past, the Overwatch League, establish chokeholds here.
Just because of how it is right now in like current NBA.
Zeta Division are looking to do just that. Annihilation to open up, leads to a kill on the Hanbin. They chase in, looking for a little bit more. As the staggers would be good, Proper going to be spotted, but they don't want to pursue too deep. So ultimately, it's just the 1 kill, the forced reset.
I mean, he was a great defender and a a great player.
Win that extended fight earlier because yeah, he's built half of it now, but they lost all the momentum. The double dive.
I mean, technically, there was a couple centers back then who would shoot 3s, right?
Team fight win, but also that big ultimate and stagger.
Not centers, but like
your time bank.
Tall power forwards like Rasheed Wallace, you know, Dirk.
And Violet's got rally. They've got their
so it happened back then, right?
Starting to lose a ton of momentum.
I mean, they never had to use it, but also Flora critically 18% away from having.
All right, here we go. We got Pulse Bomb coming up, Blade, May ult again with the Brig ult. Like I said, this May ult is really important. And look how quickly. Remember we just saw May ult by Flora? Look at May ult. So even if Alpha E doesn't get this ult here, and they properly disengage it, they're going to have the May ult to go with it, and they won't be able to predict it. They might go in with their ult out. They can use it as a defensive ultimate, too.
That Blizzard is going to be available in response to the Blade. If Flora can have the positioning on this absolutely nailed, might just be able to shut down this Blade.
Oh, I know KG did. I got to see that on the Celtics. It was great.
There's a recall.
Gonna be burned. Stalker gonna be taken down.
Yeah, they're gonna disengage now. But do you see how like they're gonna May ult? They're gonna throw it at the floor and use it as like a support ultimate. See? Now I'm not saying that Falcons can't win this, but they use the May ult as a defensive ultimate. It just honestly, Falcons did a great job. Wow, what a game!
It's a 56-second advantage.
I think the May ult isn't necessarily for the Ramattra ultimate. I mean, the truth is that May ult in this situation becomes more of a defensive ultimate rather than it becomes a like let's go get kills ultimate. And want to know the number one reason as to why on that one?
Ice blocks down second.
The number one reason? Big Juno. It's a lot easier now to be able to disengage as a Juno player. With Juno because of the speed ring. So like a lot of the times the May ultimate is really hard to get 5 people in it. So you just Juno ring and most players can disengage out of it. And as long as they have a proper disengage, they can survive it. So a proper disengage is like they go to the same spots. Like, okay, we're going to disengage here. Try not to go too far so the May ult doesn't zone you. Falcons did a great job of that and they were fine. But that's why you run the May there, is because it's also a defensive part of the map. So if you end up losing your ultimates, you can use May's utility to hopefully win a team fight and grind it down. Falcons just did a good job of like being patient with their ultimates, and then they eventually just all in them, and then the May ult was okay, but it wasn't enough.
Maybe because he had some time bank left, over a minute, but still pulling that with a 4v5 with just a Blade, with Alpha on the other side, that's an incredible moment of talent.
It's like, if you ever watch OWCS, you'll sometimes see teams play Torb, and then you'll see their Torb ultimate. They actually use their Torb ult as a support ultimate. They don't use it as like a get kill ultimate. They use it as like, okay, they're going to dive us. I'm going to Torb ult all over the team. And then the other team is like forced to either like disengage out or they get stuck on that.
He's not really a tracer guy himself. One of the limitations of this roster.
The jump shot up
I'm ready.
The top. Targets, though, scattered, hiding away. It's proper constantly, just one shot, relocate, one shot, relocate. For the Widow, who is getting pressured out here. Stalker just trying to dive into the back line. Just stop Flora from being able to gain any kind of sightlines whatsoever.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll put some more pressure from to the back line, especially Juno, who can't really fly and glide too much with the Widow on both sides.
Still watching.
Time is gone.
Yeah.
There's no ults here. They need a pick, and they need it yesterday.
Yeah, it's just they have to slow it down. There's really nothing they can do at this point. Flora's going for the rest of play. Got to grapple out. Good grapple, though. I mean, it's just like understand they're going to go for him right away.
HP bar is fairly
Both teams are just slow playing it because it's really hard to just go in and give them the first pick. Like, no one wants to give them the first pick. Like, no one.
Zeta Division are going to be able to break through.
One kill.
One kill. Fielder taken so very low.
Stalker's kind of out of position, but Violet dies to the Widow. So unless they can trade on Stalker right now, they're going to end up taking numbers on them. But Flora gets the pick. Oh, the movement! If they can slow play this for a while, they can, but yeah, that's it.
They extend this a little bit longer, but Bernard's still not in the mix. It's like going to be burned. Keeping things alive.
Whoa! No!
But they just can't
get
back in fast enough.
It's not like really a C9 because it was like you have to tap the point.
Added seconds.
Like they have to keep tapping the point. Does that make sense? So it's not like it's just one of those situations where I think they try to communicate who was going to do each, and then it just ended up hecking up a little bit.
Realistically, 50 meters.
Ended up hecking up a little bit.
They're going to Stockholm. You just make sure, keep themselves in check. And when you are the attacking team who attacks second, and you know the distance you have to push, you can just go for an ult-based type of push. I mean, you could even see Moira in this situation. Sometimes you see weird picks in these situations just because you know if you actually rush the ults faster, you win. They might even be like, you know what, we could run a Risa here. I don't think they would, but they have. This is what my point is they have so many options. They have so little distance to go that one faster ult build from them just wins them this series. And they're showing Hanbin on the Junker Queen for now. I like the Mei because you have to survive for 2 minutes. One of the best tie-by heroes in the game is the Mei. And if you can win that first fight, get the Blizzard economy, you can win 2 fights. If you can win 3, maybe you're the one who's going to Stockholm.
It's possible. I mean, Mei's good here. I like the Mei.
Because of
the Mei's good here.
That's surely enough for the ultimates. So Zeta Division, the game plan right now is protect Flora. How do you keep him alive? How do you keep him able to do the DPS, able to do the damage, so you can defend this for 2 minutes?
Here you go.
So is he going to be able to find the headshots? The cast overall has been the most consistent here from Flora throughout the year.
Throughout his career, really.
I don't think it's an unfair assessment.
But Mei, they need what? 2.5 team fights?
Hanbin on this Junker Queen, of course, needs to be feared.
It depends.
To try to play out here onto this balcony.
Ooh, I kind of like the Queen pick. They're going to take map control, and they're going to go. They know. Okay. So the reason why you go Queen here is because you know they have to play close, so you can go in and get really good carnages. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Looking for a target, can't quite connect it there on the
push down.
Yeah, you just all in the brig. It's a smart play. They need to like just. They're going to chill for a second, so you're going to see them slightly reset. They're going to wait on the next shout, and they're going to go with shout. Get ready.
They can slowly just go for the
2 seconds. They're going to be going in. And they have got Mei wall down. Get ready. There it is.
Going back a little bit faster, and Flori's able to peel one off there, and Stalker will be taken down. Axe not quite deep enough.
Who missed the Axe, but they killed the Juno. They have no supports there now. Alpha E does get it.
Finding one proper will fall to her. Albert going to be taken out as Hanbin is still out in no man's land. Now the heals start streaming back across.
I don't know, actually. They have Nemesis form. They might win this.
He's so close to Blizzard. Bernard has to keep things.
I was going to say, they have Blizzard, like.
Locked in position. Violet nearly dead again. Receives some healing. The wall coming up. Alpi trying to stay alive, but Bernard has been taken down. Hanbin finds his pound of flesh. The Blizzard going to be invested. Alpi, however, has been eliminated.
I think it might be too late.
Sliding forward. The touch coming through. The orbital array over the top from Geo. Fielder now rejoining. The rally is in play, but it's
damn, what a series!
As Falcons get taken the distance, taken.
Holy crap!
But they will not be taken out of.
Oh, that was so close. It really came down to this. If they got the kill on either the Juno or the Queen, that's one more team fight. But that was a smart play. So the reason why they go Queen there is because they know that the other team has to play stack together. So if the other team has to play like super stack together, right? Then Queen gets a lot of value with Carnage, and you can basically all in a brig, which is exactly what they did. They all in the brig. But then, what they didn't plan was that Zeta was going to actually get some good trades, And then they got the Mayo. The problem was that they didn't get a kill, one more kill, that was going to be it, and then Falcons did a good job of surviving. So that was a good matchup. That was unreal. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quickly, chat. We'll continue watching some of the matches, okay? Yeah, the grand finals are coming up, so. Yeah, I think it's a visualization thing for me, is that I can't see the vision on like a drawing yet until it's done, right? It's kind of like Lonnie and I with our, since we bought the house, we go there and we go, that sure is a foundation. Yep. That sure is where a house will be, but I can't vision it. They're like, so how do you want your windows to be? And I'm like, I want them to be windows. And they're like, yeah, but like, what style are you looking for? We're going to go for like 8 feet this. I'm like, that would be an 8-foot window. Yep, certainly can. Okay.
Great answer to the Pharah, but we'll see if he can actually get.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what that means. Like, I can't vision it. I don't have the vision.
It will be tough to lock down this wrecking.
Does that sound double right now? Or am I losing it?
Shot across, looking for a knock off the side of the map.
All right, here we go. Wrecking Ball, by the way, to start.
On the Stalker. He's finding his perch, though. As Jinbin goes in, starts stirring up the chaos, looking for a boop off the side of the map. Takes Fielder down low on HP, but can't quite confirm the kill.
Yeah, I think they might be doing that thing where they have two. I think that what this happens when you have two spectator things active. I think this is why it happens.
There you go.
Unless I need to like refresh or something.
Picks him off with a beam coming across, and Falcons will get the first grab of the point here on Night Market.
No, I don't think it's a pause on pause situation. I think this is a.
Expect the Pharah here.
This is a they have.
Her down, and now it's just Jinbin trying.
Like your audio crusty. I mean, you're getting that right now. I think this is. They have an extra like OBS thing running or something. This is what it would sound like if I opened up two, like if I just had 2 Overwatches in the same game going at once.
For you guys watching, the audio a little bit scattered at the moment, so we have people working on it, so hopefully it'll be taken care of.
You know what you're talking about as an artist? I mean, I'll always give credit where credit's due on that one, Sparkles. Like,
wasn't really going to be able to do much.
All that stuff's always been super impressive to me.
They actually are able to get some backline access there. He and Lip cleaning up house even without.
And by that vision of like what a drawn will look like and what to do is where I will struggle the most in that one. So then when I finish my drawn, it's a monstrosity because there's no vision to begin with. Also, good start there by both teams. Like, both teams are pretty happy with that start. They got percentage. Like, oh, what a pulse bomb. Holy crap.
Turn the tides and stick across there on the fielder. Hanbin Chia just going for the reset. Lead now going to be gained here for the side of Crazy Raccoon.
I feel like we haven't seen a new like tank prodigy, and Jinbin's been around for a while, even though he's incredibly.
Like I said, the sound glitches usually means there's a second.
Times where you're like, man, is Jinbin
OBS active?
The most flexible tank in the world right now. It's the wrecking ball is. So
I think they fixed it.
So difficult to deal with him. He's
maybe not.
Fights even down members here. Now nearly has minefield ready. He's gonna have a nano boost from Shu as well. And nobody could deal with him right now. They have no real lockdown outside of shield bash.
It sounds better.
To stop this ball.
Sounds better.
Trying to spot out anybody on these flanks as Jinbin just hovers ever closer.
Yeah,
trying to get protected. Pile driver down for a knock-up sit up there, but can't quite find Chio. So instead will crash back and cross over onto the point of the minefield. Goes drop down here on the entryway as Little Ray gets invested from Chio. Nano across onto Heesung, though, who nearly has a barrage online.
I'm trying to like keep up with like it's so different because like CR is running such a different comp than we've just been watching. So I'm trying to keep up with like what's going on.
Anything trying to pick apart this.
I will say though, like to see that they already have 69% right now. That's nice. That is nice. Nice stick by Stalker. Stalker's been playing really well today. They got beat out, but like now they're gonna all in their ulti. I was gonna say, good disengage right there. Very good disengage. Holy crap, that was nice. That was one of those like fights you 100% lose in ranked. That play by the Pharaoh was so good, but the reaction by Falcons to disengage out was better. What a play.
Ready to gain the lead here for themselves. Raccoons pushed away from the point, not able to reflip this one back into the favors of Falcons for now are going to be in control.
Pretty sloppy fight.
Well, each region also has very different play styles. It's always been like that in Overwatch. Like, if I'm correct, like in NA, it's just a wild card of what you're gonna get because we're just all over the place. You get more Roadhogs, but then in like Europe, you'll get a lot more like brawl-based comps or like poke-heavy comps. And then in Korea, they love like, or in Asia in general, they love to play like dive-heavy comps. Like very dive heavy.
Yeah, without that Juno, there's less of a power spike. The Nano is almost complete. It's completed now. And the Raccoons just not able to hold this point.
No.
Man,
this has been a good first round by Falcons. Even with, like, I think what makes it so interesting is that Falcons are running a very, very good defensive comp. And, like, CR has this comp that takes time. But the problem is that it's harder to get time in, and I'm going to be honest with you. Fielder is loving that ult, and I'm going to explain why. For anybody, like, anybody who's, like, new to, like, Overwatch or Brig in general, you proc Inspire on the mines. So what that means is, imagine you're playing Brig, and at no point do you have to try to proc Inspire on the other team. You can just hit the mines, and when you hit the mines, you heal. Right? So, like, Brig's loving that. Brig's like, okay. So if you didn't notice, Fielder went from about 65% ult charge to 95% really fast, because all Fielder needed to do was hit the mines. That's it. Rocket should be in your, like, top right if you're on PC, or, like, there's a section there and you can see him. Yeah.
And unfortunately for them, once they lost control, they could never really regroup and gain it back. They were outpaced, even though they were the ones with the wrecking ball.
Going very quickly.
Few sloppy fights, and Falcons steal this first round away.
Raccoons, they're focusing from Heesung's Pharah, and the ball was on point last week, but Falcons, they fell to the ground last week. That was 6 more days ahead of them. Now they're back. They know exactly
here we go.
what they're going for. They just gave no chances for that combo to get some kills. Of course, it did happen a couple of times, but not a second chance.
Weird matchups here, and already Lip.
What is the crowd getting excited about? The headshots, or
loses out on this armor. Needs some stability from the supports.
Are they, like, getting happy every headshot by Cassidy?
One going to be unlocked. The test coming through as Heesung plays split away from the rest of the team down here on the floor.
Oh, can't headshot now, can you?
Damage output is just so damn high. Cap's still not coming in yet, though. Crazy Raccoon.
Oh, I really do think that's why Cass gets played a lot. CR does take the point for free, though.
Stalkers.
Oh, it's Lip? Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Test looking like it's sitting at 30-35%. He is just hitting them over and over and over.
It might be even higher than that. Now the Deadeye's going to be applying the spear. Already spuns. He can get
Oh, no.
Finding too many. Push forward, that's gonna be
Hanman's going to fall over. I was just going to say, a little bit too impatient. You know what? I always love watching those sequences. And I love that it happens also in, like, OWCS in comparison to rank. And what I mean by that is where you are so patient for most of the high noon, and then you lose a little bit of patience right at the last possible second and they get rolled. Like, if they waited an extra second, it would have been so much better. Just 1 second difference.
This DPS is
legit.
Out of standard.
A 1 second difference, that would have been it.
By a bit, it can come through and shoot.
Ooh, Stalker with the high noon play, though.
Once again.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
From Rudasabi in the previous series, Jinbin now no legs to stand on. Will just end up getting taken out. Heesung fighting back over. He's able to find Fielder. Hanman sending out the Terrorist Surge, trying to set up as Proper collects another kill. But
not bad.
He's going to be taken out. Proper finds Lip, and it's just he and Hanman left alive. But with the support from the other side, the flip can come through.
Yeah, I don't think Crazy Raccoon were regrouped enough to actually challenge and punish those low health bars there. So this ends up being a pretty risky choice from Hanman, but it barely pays off. I feel like I've been saying after the last few weeks, even domestically in Korea's playoffs, about this player, but he does clutch it out in the end. But now, ult advantage to Crazy Raccoon, positional advantage as well as they work onto the point.
They're looking for the blade, but they can't really blade during the Juno ultimate. But I'm wrong. They did it. Yeah, I mean, that was actually comboed with an Orisa ultimate, so that makes a bit more sense. They comboed it with an Orisa ultimate. Stalker does get a kill on Orisa. They're going to trade it out, though, but I don't think Proper should use ult. I think they should just play it safe, yeah. Honestly, a little bit of an aggressive Juno ultimate there, though, because now they have Brig ult and High Noon again. So, like, you might see a pretty aggressive play happening again on this one.
The accuracy is so insane. His positioning is also very good, but nobody can stop him.
We'll see, though.
He's just making the armor disappear on that Orisa. He's taking out the enemy Brig when she's trying to approach. Insanity. Stalker's got his work cut out for him.
Really does rally to be used here. Fielder trying to escort the
it's a good rally. You're just recognizing you have the ult advantage, so you're taking away the map control. Then you High Noon next to be able to kind of like stop their next set here. They're going to kind of all in the Orisa in a second here, trying to kill the Orisa. Yeah, I was going to say, they have to. It's a very good play. So what they did there is they kind of recognized they had a slight ult advantage after CR used a lot of ultimates. They also know they're going to have a Juno ult advantage because they had used the Juno ult the last team fight. So what you do is you use the Brig ult to get map control. They're forced to disengage. Then you use the High Noon to keep the rest of the map control. So you get the percentage, you win the team fight, and now when they come back in, you can use Juno ultimate, but they have a time in here where CR actually is really close to theirs. And I think Team Falcons recognize this. So they have an option of, like, go in aggressively. Yeah, there it is.
Sending it out. Shu has his, does commit, but Lip is already
Very smart play. It's the correct play, though.
Gets the elimination here onto the enemy cast. Some damage off the Terror Surge Troll, desperately trying to stay alive. Eventually will.
They did trade, though.
But Jinbin with his own Terror Surge also finds field.
Yeah.
Good
out.
Cuts down Shio to size.
You know,
end up dying, but it doesn't matter too much. The rest of the team winning out. Proper still fighting back.
There's enough trades here, though, where Team Falcons, it's on over. Like, just flip the point, but like, they can get back, and now it's one team fight. That was a great job by Team Falcons to recognize that they had a slight health advantage, because now they have Blade. There's a high noon play. They're going to have to slowly tap point. You're going to see them kind of slow play point for a second. I don't think Proper waits as long as before. Proper was a little bit too patient last time. Yep, there it is. Yeah, that's tough. Correct play, though. I like that.
Flashbang around the corner, the push up. The Stalker will fall. DPSless now are the Falcons. They desperately try to bring things to a conclusion here on Control Center.
I don't know, this Brig ult's pretty good. I was just going to say.
Fielder putting up 2 solid, much-needed kills. Looks for a little bit more. Continues to stave them off, shoving back Jinbin, taking him down to
they have to fall off the point for a second. They're going to let it flip. But now they have a high noon to clear him out, and they're going to have double Juno ults. This is going to be interesting.
Diving forward, they're looking for the elimination.
Oh!
And he's going to die. Proper with the deflect, able to take him down.
I don't know why I got excited about that, but I was excited. Dude, this Overwatch has been so damn good, chat. Holy crap. Wow. I mean, and it's funny because that played by Proper, that Proper got killed during, I like that he did that, though. It shows that mid-game adjustments are so important. If you looked at the previous matchup that we watched, Proper had a situation where he did an ult, and then he just died with ultimate and they lost the map. So that time, Proper was like, no, we ain't doing that this time. We ain't playing it safe. Used it, and because he used it, this is why I always say being proactive with your ultimates can be strong. CR was forced to use their ultimates, which then gave them time to, like, disengage it, but also get point contest. And then they built a Brig ult during that, and then they were out of ultimates, countered with their ultimates, won the team fight, won the trades, and won the game. So they TP to go bridge to take the bridge control for their supports. That's what you do there. It's just a setup you're on high ground. It's a good play. It's a good strategy. If you ever want to help out your, like, I get early position at Gibraltar, you just go stim at the beginning and do that.
The leap out, so just running here onto the high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, those bionades will be crucial with some.
Actually, crap, it's fine. I'm on. That's on. I'm more just like I get the feedback. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So I understand it.
And of course, the Widow battle. Let's see where they end up.
All right, here we go.
Really found quite just yet. A couple added shots here for Proper, just looking to really play defense here in the underpass. Well, at least just going to be taking pot shots over towards Jinbin, though. Leap over to the side, looking to get the pressure out there onto Lip.
Very different positioning from.
You didn't miss anything. It's literally just been the opener.
Staying on the right side.
Nothing yet.
Actually hiding behind, so it's much better cover.
The Animate thing is so cool looking. Oh, I love that.
Some extra heal packs.
That's a really good point. They were punished.
Also, I love that they allow teams to use skins now. I felt like it was always, and I don't know if it's just a me thing, but I felt like when they were trying to, like, not let players use skins in matches and scrims, that they was just, it's like they were trying to control the esport too much. It's like, let players have that, like, player expression of, like, what their favorite skin is and what they want to use. Like, I'm glad they added that.
So Hiimishie now getting the better of Stalker. DPS is.
I'm glad they, like, allow players to use skins now. For a long time, they wouldn't let people do that.
Both of these supports. Fielder, as mentioned, get that nano online with Drone. Going to be taken down. Looks like they might just end up sending this one as it's going over to Chio to try to keep him alive. Shoot at the same time. Eliminated. Smurf is able to cleave down both the supports. Gets Hiimishie as well to boot. Now Jinbin is trying to desperately to make his way out towards safety. Drop down the Smurf. Looks for a little bit more. There's nowhere for Lip to go, but back into the
okay, so the Citrus Nation roster's a little bit different now, but it still has some of the core. Yeah, I see now. Okay, I mean, that's fine. That's a good roster. They got a good roster there. Oh wait, so it was Jacob the one that I had in my rank game the other day where I'm like, they were at, the other player asked them if they're going to play Lucio, and I'm like, listen, I won't tell your coach. You can play Lucio if you want to. And then they ended up on Lucio. Because they have to play Brig. All right, here we go. Nano time.
See if Jinbin is going to be recipient, and he is. Anti there on the Chio. He's got a backpedal here for the moment. The sleep dart going to be connecting there as Jinbin will be woken back up, but he's antied out.
All right, let's keep it in here. Good pick by Stalker. This first, like, team fight grind you're seeing right now, this is just kind of how it goes. Fielder actually almost got out of there. It's like, you're going to see a lot of backline trades. This is the very classic kind of Brig-based comp. You see it all the time. It's very like, you're going to see a lot of this. And you go, what does a lot of this mean? You're going to see a lot of trades, a lot of backline pressure trades where even the casters won't be able to keep, not the casters, but like the camera work won't be able to keep up with like what happens. It's basically two teams just dive each other's backlines and you see who wins.
Smurf will be staggered here, but that is at the cost of losing dropship control here. Crazy Raccoon's actually getting this high ground away from them.
That's how it works.
Massive tempo advantage.
Lip, the game of chicken here as far as who wants to use that infra sight first. Not coming through yet.
All right, I'm ready.
Taking low off screen, does pop the primal. Get eyes on him. You can see fairly zoned away back over towards the enemy spawn rooms, just hunting here. He's not seeing much, so primal, it forces them to ignore him, but can't find any kind of isolation pick.
Oh.
It does buy them that much time.
Let's see.
Payload into the middle. Those are weird. Just drive through.
He has the primal, so I mean he's just kind of baiting a lot of aggression. Doesn't actually have to use
I don't really know what's going on. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I haven't said anything. I'm just like watching. I feel like they're trying to find a spot on the camera to watch, and every time they go to the camera, nothing happens, and then somebody dies, they switch over, and then nothing happens. You know what I mean?
And that looks like that's just enough peel to keep Jinbin alive. Smurf now gonna be
like they keep trying to catch up on all the action, but they can't find it. It's just unlucky. They're trying so hard to find something and they can't find it.
Are both of these Widowmakers, but the cart now starts moving forward. There you go, the double pop.
You might be saying, why are we just having the observers seeing everywhere around the map? But this is how the fight goes around Gibraltar.
I see even the caster picked up on it.
Just have their own duel. Winston just pops.
You see that? The caster picked up on it too. It's like you can't. It's like they can't find it. They're trying. They're trying everything. They're like, come on.
Taken down at the same time, so 3 meters away from that cap on B. But
good job by Falcons there to stop him.
Have to reset as Smurf and Stalker both go crazy.
Yeah, it's like they just can't find where the action is because there's so many things happening.
When they got A, and
then they're like, okay, they're like, let's just stick on one of them and see what happens, right?
Both the Winston and Ana ultimates for this next fight.
They do, and then nothing happens.
They don't have high ground, which means Proper has a lot of agency here. Stalker can get backline access again. A purple on the Jorong as well will potentially slow them down.
Oh, nice shot by Lip.
Okay, though, Lip.
Nice shot.
Looking to pry things open. Smurf taking low the bubble there to try to keep him protected from Lip, but it doesn't matter because Jorong, the damage is enough to take him down. Jinbin now gets on top of Proper. No help whatsoever to be found there.
You know,
Cart now.
What is it like being able to play Widow and know your shots are going to hit?
That's so big.
Because I couldn't tell you.
Not a single one going down. That's a great point. G-Club is Crazy Raccoon.
Yeah, that's true. That was a great men of mine.
Momentum, as well as actually start to take some of this high ground away from.
I mean, this has been an evenly matched matchup so far.
That makes it
like both teams are playing this very well. Lip's watching. By the way, if you wonder what Lip's looking at here, they're looking for a grapple spot from the Widow. Basically, a Widow will grapple that spot to go for an angle. So early game, Lip knows that he won't be able to get top right control where the Winston's at. So what he's going to do is he's going to kind of play further back and then wait until he can get the top right control where the Winston was. But in the meantime, he needs to watch for the grapple shots.
I mean, it's not a bad space, but it's just way too far back.
Yeah, but they know they're down ults, so they're just so scared, but it's losing them ground. That's a pick.
Yeah, sleep into just a headshot into an anti, etc. Everything stacked up against Jinbin. For a fairly easy kill.
Yeah, I mean, that's why Proper doesn't have to worry about that, right? Like, Proper's goal here is to get picks, but it's also to deny the other Widow, right?
Just denying that.
So if Smurf has this high ground the whole time, then Lip is never going to be able to find those easy picks. I mean, you can still get a pick, but like Lip wants to be set up where Smurf is. So what they need to do on CR side is basically push in here to try to buy some like time and value for the Widow to get that high ground. Smurf will not ult this. Okay, I was wrong.
Emongg, is pro Overwatch double elimination or just single elimination in finals?
I think it's double elim because this is the grand finals and we just watched the loser bracket. But I think it's also based off of record and groups and stuff, so there's a lot of different variables. But Chris, thanks for the 20 months of the tier 1. Thank you. Appreciate it. So now Lip has that map control now. So now do you see how Lip is way more aggressive? Like up here, you like see what I mean? That's what Lip was waiting waiting for. You play it slow, you wait, you do this. So.
Try to keep him alive. Looks
Damn, Smurf tried, but
finds Smurf once again. Stopping.
This is just they're getting staggered.
With those final kills, the lip shot coming through. Crazy Raccoon will get to the end of Watch Point Gibraltar with 38 seconds to spare.
Just nice, methodical team play on both sides.
Playing for the defense, but playing for time there.
At least in my opinion.
I think it was a wise call. They knew that Fielder's Nano Boost was coming online, so Smurf primaled early, tried to absorb a lot of the pressure so that Fielder could then hit the last part of that Nano. So then Nano Boost him to try to keep him alive to buy time. Crazy Raccoons, though, focus him down. He has to back off. The cart rolls through. Go back to some of these earlier plays here.
Can I help you with a quadratic formula math problem? No, I have no. I would give you the wrong answer if you need a wrong answer for it. I can help, but that's all I got for it.
It's Lip once again, who's just being the main character. Smurf here, who that very narrow survive. It's not enough to actually get them back full control. I mean, 38 seconds is that a time bank you could beat if you're Falcons here on the attack.
Like,
sure.
And Junbin Hinsang, the combo attack on the back, it was just unmatching the output that Smurf could have done. And a lot better starts coming down from Shu. Buying that couple of seconds, even just few seconds, make the difference at this level. And Crazy Raccoons just steamrolling what they had before.
Yeah, looking like the Falcons were teasing a little bit of an ice wall setup with the Hog to potentially grab somebody, but Crazy Raccoons are not going to be in hook range, so just a tease. The May will be swapped off of. Stalker will look for the teleporter. And we'll swap onto the Tracer, and we'll have mirrored compositions again. We saw what Lip could do on attack. See what he could do on defense, where he has sightline advantages here, starting towards A.
Yeah, feeling strong with
I would have killed at least 5 on Widow. I mean, I would have been 0-5 on Widow if that's what you meant.
Too deep. Does end up using that recall to get out to safety. Killing the Smurf off the rip would have been a pretty big message to send here for Crazy Raccoon. Jinbin just getting bonked here continuously by the whip shots. Really under too much threat.
Oh, they have the glitch in this too, by the way. Did you notice that? Where you can't see the health bars? On the support's point of view? Yeah, it's glitched in that too. Look at it, it's actually glitched in the actual finals. I just noticed that.
Down to 15, and shoot the final shot. We'll be able to go ahead and get the elimination. That's the tempo. It was in the hands of Falcons.
Good start so far.
Smurf getting picked off.
He said Chat GPT. You know what? I imagine right now. How many like students do you think are just using ChatGPT to write like their papers now or like summaries, like especially like in like high school?
Because that was a big opening. Couldn't be punished on top.
Like I couldn't even begin to imagine. I feel like if I was in high school at the time. I imagine I think I saw a tweet where a teacher said like they spend more time trying to figure out if their student did ChatGPT than actually being able to grade the paper.
Still looking decent here for Crazy Raccoon. Proper now going to be Goomba stopped as Junbin is able to go ahead and get in on top of him.
Oh, you saw that? Yeah, I don't remember the whole tweet. I just remember seeing like they mentioned they have to spend more time trying to figure out if it's someone just went and found it online or if it's like actually their paper.
Once again, just operating the same position. His teammates spotting out the angle proper staking.
Yep.
Even if proper infra sights, he's not going to be able to get that line of sight without some help, and they're just so far away from that primal. Their own nano 5%.
Meanwhile, people in the chat are going, I remember when we had cliff notes, and that's how
they're going to go for it. They know they're close to those ultimates.
Oh, here we go. So yeah, you're gonna go with a nano on the brig. Oh, they must have pulse bombed the brig. So yeah, if you're wondering why they nanoed the brig, I think the brig got pulse bombed, so it just keeps the brig alive. It's a smart play. You don't lose momentum. I don't mind that. Oh yeah, spark notes. That was kind of the same thing as cliff notes, right?
Going to be training at the same time as Lip is able to collect the elimination. So with the rally rolling, we'll be able to.
What's Cliff Notes? Cliff Notes was basically a website that would have book summaries. So like people didn't want to read the books, so you would just get summaries on books. So like if you just got the Cliff Notes, they basically just give you a summary and you'd be like, oh, okay. All right, well, let's see if we can get away with this.
Dancing, dodging around this Winston.
Yep.
Return comes through. Sleep Dart connects. Smurf put down on the floor as the primal will expire.
That's a really good cover coming from the back line.
That was the thing.
On top of that purple, Smurf does end up surviving. Junbin has been holding that primal rage for a long time.
Oh,
to pull that off.
Smurf back
in,
and he waves a shot.
What an ultimate. Dude, CR is rolling right now. Holy crap.
There
goes that 100% win rate on the map for Falcons if they don't pick it up here.
Gorgeous. play.
Dude, they're dominating.
The calls from Crazy Raccoon to hold Primal. We have defenders.
I don't think she get
advanced.
anything watching on YouTube. I could be wrong. You can double check. Talking about like the coins, yeah.
She got for so long that he just juggles the enemy Winston into his Widow's sightlines and he snipes him out. So little time left in the bank here for Falcons. They swap it over to Genji. They are desperate to make this Kiriko ultimate work, but Fielder's so low.
He's almost dead on the approach. Instead, it's going to be Chio taken down.
You said you remember in your high school, your biology teacher asked you to do a 20 research page, and everybody used the same article for Google.
A critical moment there as Proper is able to capitalize, finds the elimination. Now the card's going to start getting away from him here.
Sounds about right. This is looking good for CR. I mean, it's been hard to even commentate on this one, like, because it's just been such a dominating performance on defense. So this could be where they turn it, though. What a cleanse. What a cleanse on Proper. Oh my, that cleanse might have just saved this first point.
Going to be taken down. And a lot online sent. Choron keeping himself alive in the fight, but now Shinbin is going to be taken down as a rally. Gets popped, and I don't think it's going to do enough. This map is not over yet. The card.
I'm sorry, but when did Smurf get so good at Doom? What did I miss? Holy crap.
All right, this is going to get wild now because Team Falcons had these desperate swaps over. They're going to put them back on Winston and Ana, respectively.
All right, here we go.
But also Crazy
that was unreal, exactly.
Bastion attempt. Very much also kind of trash their ult economy here, but Jinbin having this Primal will be potentially enough to actually get them back this high ground. But
that was awesome.
Blade's almost ready here for the Falcons.
Yeah,
what a turnaround.
I was going to say, they could snowball second right now if they do this right, because they recognize that all the ultimates have been used on CR side except for Winston ultimate, and they're going to be tracking the Winston, which is why their position is going to be a little bit more aggro to try to prevent that from happening. So I wouldn't doubt if they go for a Blade soon, even without Nano. Ooh, what a nade. Great recovery by CR here.
Some time to work with here, but it's going to dwindle very rapidly.
What a recovery.
Side of Falcons, 1 minute and 43 at the moment. Proper will get
they did get out Winston ult though, so this was the ult they were kind of concerned about.
Juggle, but Stalker elusive enough.
I don't know if Jinbin really had to Primal.
I was gonna say.
Really just want to make sure they could get high ground here.
I think the Primal was designed to basically take away map control. I don't think he necessarily used it to get kills. It was just to maintain map control. But now Proper knows this and is probably gonna go for a pretty quick blade. Unless they're just confident in doing nano blades, which I guess makes sense if they're not running against that. They might just build nano.
So I think it was overall all worth.
I mean, Smurf.
Yeah, I think they're just going to build nano. Smurf's trying to take a little bit of poke damage. Nice purple.
There's the ante, there's the headshot.
I'll be honest with you. I think Smurf was trying to do a soft dive high ground and take a bunch of damage to be able to build a fast nano for Nano Blade. But then the Ana grenade from Shu got the kill on Smurf, and that's what happened. I think that's what the whole idea was.
And then she was like, hold on, I got you, bro. No, you're dead too.
Yep.
And Lip basically
Proper back on Genji. I know. Proper's a really good Genji player.
Smurf is going to have on that jump and just
and your cast doesn't do that? Well, Lip's a very good player, so.
Should be an astronomer.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Nano Blade time. Oh, these nades by Shu and the sleep by Fielder. Now they're going to go back. They're going to pressure Winston. I'm sorry, has Primal again? I was not even looking at that. I'll be real with y'all. I did not see that. That was a quick Primal.
Scatter them to the wind, spying time. He might not find an elimination, but it might not matter as there's only 15 seconds remaining.
You got a Nano Blade. You've been waiting too long. Too safe of a play now. It's happening. Oh, it's happening again! Dude, Ana just clutched that. Nano Blade time. They know it too. They need to make a play, but they also are thinking, do they just win this?
And Lip still sat on the high ground, seeking target.
Hi, buddy.
Fielders held at bay.
Bad things for the 14 months of the previous prime. They can beat it.
The nano, not to be seen.
Where's the nano, though? They killed him. Lip killed him.
Proper denied.
Listen, Falcons, we watch you. Okay. Falcons is extremely talented, but they play it too safe sometimes. I'm going to be real with you. They play it too safe sometimes. I've seen it happen in real time. You had a neighbor's cat who just wandered into your house one day and said hello. You know what that probably means?
A lot of the times.
That you're probably not the only person that happens to, and they've learned that they can just go to places and need food.
Okay, Genji.
You'll find out that a lot of cats that do that, they end up they go to every house and they just can't get food. They're like, yeah, let's go, baby.
Chase down Juno. Tracer oftentimes just can't because she can just simply fly away, and Tracer can't match. But the Genji can dash, has long range, obviously with his left clicks to chase down and secure that kill.
All right.
Dash resets so much easier. So I think we're just going to continue to see this. I mean, this might be the confidence.
Sully was happy with that.
Frankly, across all
kind of just pieced after that.
Some exceptions. Stalker.
A lot of pressure going to be put here on Stalker's shoulders now.
So we saw Falcons play this map earlier in like a very close match, by the way.
shot.
Like a very close match.
Diving forward with that dash can lead to a kill, but it's going to be Jinbin who's able to find the first one. Stalker will be taking down the Javelin, finding its mark. It's that elimination, but Proper answers one back in kind as Heesung will fall.
Like, it looked like they were going to lose it, so I'm curious to see if they can figure out a way to not end up in that same situation on this map and, like, take a lead early and kind of hold it. But we'll see.
We'll regain a little bit of control, though.
Now, Proper saved the team by poking from the side and actually getting a kill. That's a really hard job to do as a Genji up front, but he managed to pull it off.
The one also slows up the build time here for Heesung on the blade. He's just now reaching.
I'm ready.
50%. Proper at 72.
Wags, thanks for the 62 months. Sponsored, thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, Wags.
Proper will be able to collect that elimination. Orbital Rays in play on both sides. Lip with the Deadeye available, but not in a fantastic position to try to utilize it in.
Oh my, what an Orisa ultimate.
Not going to be there on the back end, but it might not matter.
Okay, that was really well played by Falcons. That was a minute and a half of like nothing happening.
Falcons get the team fight victory, and they will be able to get the lead.
Where have I seen this combo before?
I think that's exactly the combo that both teams were looking for. Okay, Raccoons, they expected that Hanbin or
all right, so the team fight's going to slow down soon for a little bit. We've seen it happen here.
They got it. So they're dead, but still they're okay with just getting at least one of the.
Why are they using the same heroes? That's just how meta goes. It's just a meta thing.
Around the corner and shoot. Caught up by it, ends up getting taken down, but
good trade, but I don't know if they can sustain their team now without the Juno. It depends how good this Brig ult is, but Fielder also Brig ulted? So, like, it's hard to say. Like, in theory, Falcon should blade it. Yeah. Perfect blade. Perfect blade. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see. And a much better... Oh, no! By the way, in that situation, I'm glad that Proper ulted that, because that was a... We just saw them do the safe. We saw Proper. He did, like, the safe play on Gibraltar. That time around, I was like, no, we ain't doing that this time. Blades, and it ends up forcing another bad blade, too.
Look at Hanbin's Terra Surge charge.
So,
Gio as well. These two have been working together in tandem.
You've seen Torb in
series as well. I'm looking for another Terra Surge
in OWCS. Yes. We actually just saw Doom win a team fight.
Back fully alive.
Yeah, you don't see it as much, but that's because like there's too many heroes that can make those heroes not as good. For example, like in the pro scene, a lot of the players need to be good at Sombra. So like if anybody decides to go Doom like as a meta comp, they'll probably end up going Sombra, standing AFK, and just winning. Because that's how the hero's design is to make it so tanks have no fun. But especially those two heroes, like Doom. You won't see it as much with Ball, because Ball players have gotten better at like being able to follow up on a Sombra, but Doomfist especially can just follow over. So, is Orisa meta again? Yes! Yeah, a lot of people are excited to hear that, so.
Because he's both able to fire into the Terra Surge while getting the beam damage, the orbital ray damage.
Why does Sombra counter Doom so well? Because you can hack him. Like you can hack, like Doom tries to block, hacked. Doom goes for a punch play, hacked. Doom slams in, hacked.
During that previous
good High Noon, creating space, but they did trade on Genji. Oh no.
Good cancel there.
Yeah, that was a really good one. I mean, it just guarantees. I mean, I go for it again. If you can survive this, you go in with that blade. Thank you. I love it. This is good. That was... It was fine, though. It's just... Brig. They know they have the numbers here, so they're going to go for the Brig. The Brig will die. Yeah, good play.
These players just cannot escape. Proper is looking absolutely immaculate.
There you go.
Genji.
Just gonna reset here with
reset off the map there, by the way, just to go back with the team.
Pushing the bot, pushing,
I love how we went from Proper saving Blade the last game to going, nah, I ain't doing that. I'm going in. I love it. I love that adjustment. That's probably all. That's all he told Proper is like, just use your ult. Don't be afraid to use it.
Stalker's been finding rare value from.
They've kept a lot of momentum this game so far. This has been a much better Unasapi out of them than we saw last time. They can Juno ult this too to combo with like they're gonna blade Juno ult, but they can also Juno ult and see if they can survive it. They actually went first. I love this. And the reason why I like this is that even if they lose it, like even if they lose it, they forced out an ultimate or two. And then look at this. They know they won't have Blade. They're going to track High Noon, and now they can just Blade without worrying about Juno ult to go with, and they can also Brig out if they get it in time. Very well played. That was an ult trade fight.
down under 5 minutes. Has no other ultimates other than the orbital ray. Hanbin doesn't.
I'm live on YouTube. I'll be live on YouTube once probably the match is done. I just didn't know if I'd be able to do like
Exactly. I think that was exactly what I was saying.
the multiple chats at once to start today when I first went live at 4 o'clock. And then I have WoW on the other monitor, so it might have went over the chat.
Orbital ray builds so quickly. Lip
So,
toss up Deadeye.
soon.
Oh, they managed to body block it as he swings around the back of Hanbin, outdoing him. And finds the kill there with that Deadeye. Follow up.
I mean, nice play by Lip.
Stalker had been taken down dangerously low. Fielder will fall. The headshot comes across.
I feel like Lip played that pretty well right there, just hitting a bunch of
Best
shots.
fight
Let's go.
victory there for Crazy Raccoon. This whole map through, but
I'm gonna be honest with you, as I talked about
47
that, CR actually
seconds
pretty
now.
much has built their
They
next
still have
Juno
to move
ultimate, so
90
now they've
meters
lost their
to get the
timing
lead.
on that blade to be as
I don't
effective
think
as it
Lip could
was.
do more. I really don't. I think we've hit the maximum.
Cass is
Like, he
okay.
hit the
Cass
ceiling.
is more
I'm watching it.
in the meta because of the meta. Like, you basically have Cass to just keep headshotting Juno. Or not Juno, Arissa. So,
delivering that thing so well.
And the thing is, he's hitting the ceiling, but he's staying there.
Alright, Juno ult
Double
now,
power
maybe?
From behind, Rally gonna be popped.
Doesn't even need it. Oh, wait. We have a bunch of trades.
The fight explodes. Lipshoe gonna be taking down Shio. Stalker gonna be traded at the same time.
I like how that bash got proper when that should not have gotten proper.
Squads.
Does Falcons have anything here? No, they might just lose the grind here. Ah, it depends. Yeah, good job on going for Fielder. They're going to lose the team fight, but they're going to have instant spawn, so this is the most they'll get out of it. They'll get the checkpoint, and that's it.
Coming through. Genji's just duking it out. But eventually Proper will die, and that's going to be a
They'll get the checkpoint, but they'll
for
spawn up
Crazy Raccoon.
immediately.
The critical
So, like,
thing about this fight was that Shu was able to get the orbital ray off
that was
before he
important for the
died.
checkpoint,
Shio
but
just didn't
now
notice, so they had a lot of
Falcons
extra
should be
damage
able to
from
get
healing,
there,
So even though Lip died,
but they're going to play
both
defensive in the
Wall
back and
Damage
kind of, like,
come
stall
through
this for a
both
little
sides
bit.
of Crazy Raccoon.
They might try to high noon Juno ult,
ult,
which they will. Hanman's going to take a little bit of poke damage soon,
So it's becoming a bit more plausible.
and then they're going to go in.
Dodge that out as Sun goes in. Stunned up there as the blade ends up getting pulled.
Yeah, there's the Juno ult, there's the high noon. The blade's going to be dead. Then they take map control. Yep. Someone went left side. Juno, yeah. The Juno disengaged not where they were supposed to go, but they were, like, lucky to get out of there.
Getting out of that blade through
Falcons are okay with that. They're in the lead, so they needed to buy a little bit of time there. They just don't want to trade out here. They don't want to, like, give a free pick to CR because then CR get right back into it, so we'll see.
That he didn't have it because I don't think they would have made that call at that timing.
Hey, I had a good day on Cash yesterday. I hit some shots yesterday.
Did I send? Move, speed boost, hand it over, just trying to flush this Genji out into the open, but Flex buys enough time, Proper's able to stay alive.
This is a no-ult fight, so they're both afraid to go in aggressively because, like, they did if the other team has any else. Oh!
Body shot to go ahead and take down Heesung.
Stalker! What a play!
On the back foot now, trying to escape as desperately as they can. The Terror Surge comes in from Hanbin. Jinmin will die.
This is huge. The reason why this is huge for Falcons is they can kind of control the map now. They can go into a defensive mode and just ult stack.
I mean, frankly,
And they recognize this. They can straight up just ult stack. Also, Proper's projectile aim is unreal. Like, some of these left clicks that are hit, like, obviously those miss, but, like, they don't even need to win this ult. They just need to play defensive now with this joke.
They need to be super efficient. Can't overstate it.
Orbital Ray out from Shu.
Proper might be dead here with the Orisa. There's a pretty high chance they're dead in their spawn.
Coming to the equation.
Yep.
Slides back, finds Hanbin. Still needs to clean up, though, on this bot. As Proper is able to find Chorong.
I mean,
Finds another.
I'm sorry, what? How did Proper survive for that long? I don't even get it.
I'll get involved once again. Pushes back up the street, finds those final 2 kills, but it's still so much time.
Look at the ults now for Team Falcons. They did exactly what we were talking about. You just save ults. They have good spawns, so they have another team fight on the top of the hill up here.
This has to be the biggest.
They might.
Coming out. You can't just
It's a difference of, like,
to deliver this
how a
match.
team
When
wants to
Hanbin's
play.
down below 50%,
I would just
he
go
knows
in.
it because Sarah was just using
But
that
I
three
think they're going to
times
play
go.
defensive, let CR do one more ult pool, and just go in.
Through.
Playing against 4 ultimates that are currently online here. Hanbin 40% away from having the Terror Surge online.
I like it. I like it.
Again, boosted
See, that's what I was saying. That's what I would try to do, is just be like, you know what, let's heck it. Let's, like, let's go for it. They are. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Playing to win. Playing to win, not playing not to lose. Love it.
They go back to Runasabi, shrugging off the loss earlier in the hands of Zeta Division.
Well played.
Now looking way more dominant, crushing Crazy Raccoon in the process, and taking the lead 2-1.
Well played.
Taking the lead. And
Okay, let's go.
Option.
It's birthday. This is birthday.
Really decent hero.
Ooh, don't get too excited, chap. We got Orisa versus Orisa.
It's going to be the Cass. He's on the TP forward, swaps the Genji afterward.
I think that both of them will. Like I
Let's
said,
do
I think
it.
this is what we're going to see for the rest of this.
But yeah, I
series.
do have a gamer subs code. I think it's like,
And
is it 10% off again right now instead of the free shipping they had? I forgot what it was.
Like this, especially when the pressure gets higher, some players actually excel in those moments. Maybe Heesung will have that same vibe. Crazy Raccoon fans are going to have to hope so.
That's right. This was the map where Raccoons actually bounced back.
Yeah, I mean, draws are, it was for a week, okay. Yeah.
And then they ended up winning that.
The draws are definitely less frequent now. Less frequent now.
Suffering from a lack of confidence whatsoever, still maintaining as these headshots continue to fly through. Jimbin similarly does get beaten and battered here on the point as he manages to keep it contested, but Stalker's going to be able to find
Oh, wow. Stalker with a huge pick. I got to give credit to Team Falcons. They are playing well today.
Chase in, looking for a bit more damage, looking for some elimination. Slip just desperately trying to
I still love like the team philosophies here. Because I like to go, I like to go the way that the Team Falcons did, but CR likes to go the other way, and I don't know. And they actually ended up flipping the map to the other side. That's why I like.
Off on the side, taken out.
It's such an interesting strategy.
We might see an orbital ray fight here. Hammond doesn't have that much Terra Surge.
Here we are, Gio opening up with his. Shu now sending it out. Taking low, tucked back around the corner.
Nice.
Javelin across, Chorong going to be nearly eliminated, but manages to stay alive. Javelin comes back, Stalker here for the moment. Lip now, Deadeye online. Stalker down low. Terra Surge will be able to claim him. Misjudgment sends out the ultimate. Elimination found, the flip is there. Crazy Raccoon now.
Nice shots. Dude, Lip is unreal.
Going down one, sure that they maintain it, at least for now.
Yeah, great cover there, Jimbin.
Out of curiosity, has Lip gotten even better than before? Because I remember Lip always being unreal good, but Lip seems even better than before.
Well done by the Raccoon, too, for the recovery.
I also just love watching Stalker try to kill Lip, his first-person view.
Like, just dominated.
His field of view, and he just gives up. He's like, I'm just not going to kill this guy. It's not going to happen. Just rolls away. Hope my team can get this done. They didn't. And Crazy Raccoons end up winning the fight. Hammond didn't have the Terra Surge for that.
Okay, so CR has Brig out Blade. Okay, so there's the Blade. I like that. Just go in, force the play, trade out.
There you go, Stalker going to be put down. 70% now.
Good Blade, good play.
Off the back of that engagement.
I think they might have over-ulted a little bit. Yeah, I don't know.
Whether they decide to contest or not.
I feel like Brig Blade is actually not a bad combo. It just guarantees you can be aggressive and kind of stun them out. So you like, they try to CC the Genji on the Blade, so you go Brig to CC them trying to CC. It makes sense.
Yeah, it looks like they are already just heading their bets, inching over towards the next flashpoint as Crazy Raccoon will be able to net that for themselves. They take a look though, but they're going the wrong way.
Oh.
That's rough. Now proper.
Okay, let's see what happens.
In a fairly risky spot. Won't get punished, but Falcons really taking a big gamble on this one.
And they can get here, obviously, before the point unlocks. We still have 18
yeah, but
seconds
getting there before the point unlocks doesn't necessarily mean good things because it doesn't really matter.
Going their way is Stalker.
It's all about just taking the point with the ultimate.
Putting some damage across into Jinbin.
I would start the high noon after they see Javelin Spin, or they go in with an ult. Oh, no, they're not even... Okay. My mistake. I had the exact opposite I'll call.
Puts him on the floor, but ultimately will get picked off as Stalker comes away with a
Blade. Yeah, I get it. Take the point. Make it easier. Not bad. Sierra's okay with that.
Ended up using a lot.
Sierra's okay with that, I feel like.
Taking down a couple of members, but still, because I think they could have recovered a lot better. Just ended up using less because.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to go ult economy. I've always said this, like Flashpoint's a very ult economy based map, so I'm not like surprised to see them like kind of have to play it a little bit more chill and kind of do how they're doing it.
Because they thought they had a chance to win it head-to-head.
No.
They fail, and now it's actually a pretty good trade up for the Falcons, despite it being very expensive.
High noon to lead in with, which makes sense. I will say, and it's going to be a bit of a hot take because High Noon has like issues where he doesn't do as well. But I feel like I like new High Noon. It feels very risk reward. You can get a lot faster with it. It's better than it's ever been, in my opinion. High Noon, that is.
Well,
like the longer it goes for, the more damage Cassidy can take. Like it's definitely better. It's cool to see.
Set of time. Ends up being very effective.
There's a Genji right here.
Here.
Oh wow!
Knocked on his ass, proper. Able to pick him off the blade. Nullified Trong down low. Rally rolling here from Fielder trying to keep everybody else alive. That's going to expire.
I love that call out. Dude, that was tough. It's been some rough blades, by the way. I love that.
He's going to try to make his way back over. Riley now rolling through Chorong. Gets stunned up. He gets melted. Stalker able to go ahead.
Wait for it.
Down. Shu now gone. Means no supports in this fight.
Not bad.
It's looking like
hey, Dash said Daryl over here, chat. Better watch out.
Likely, but With Shu having this orbital ray advantage, they also have Torung on this Lucio. It looks like they're really setting up here to go.
That's a fine for him, probably. No, they've...
Okay,
to give you an idea, they've loosened up on the rules quite a bit with that stuff. They're not... This isn't Overwatch League where they try to control 7,000 different things and be like, no fun is allowed. They're the new rules. Holy crap, Lip again. Yeah, they're not...
He's got a flank
it's not like Overwatch
Ray.
League where they're like, okay, we got to make sure that everything is no fun for you. Like you can't do this, you can't have skins there, you can't do any of this stuff. The OWCS, they're not as they're letting them do their thing.
Hit those flank angles. And it was a good terror surge from Hanbin. Don't get me wrong.
How the hell is he getting consistent value from Deadeye when you're
playing
against an Orisa, a Kenji on the other side? It is insanity.
The nightmare is coming back for the
what do they have? Blade here? Keep in mind, by the way, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but reverse sweeps are common on Flashpoint. It's not going to happen probably, but like, it's not, if it does happen, don't be surprised. Lip is like so good on cast. I mean, Lip is so good on pretty much any hero, but like, holy crap.
Just a sweeping victory forward here on Saravasa to tie things up at 2-2 in the series.
It's like super satisfying to watch, you know?
I'm speechless.
I
haven't seen a performance like this in a long time. I haven't seen something like this in a long time in a grand finals.
Yep.
Like he's putting Prophet's Genji MVP to shame.
I was gonna say, it feels like not since those days.
Here we go.
Insanity.
Blades available on both sides.
Gonna have to go for Blade here. Too late.
Sets up the damage. Lip able to collect one. Song this time. Value found. No egg on his face.
Well, I can see why CR picked this map.
In the fight, but Hanbin now is likely to be staggered out as they just have him body blocked into oblivion. He cannot do a damn thing but die. And he can only die.
Good stagger.
Could allow him to.
What a stagger.
They pick him off. It's 81%.
So the reason why they didn't kill the Orisa there
maybe looking for a bit of a back cap, but Heesung already starts
was because they just wanted to buy time and it worked out perfectly.
Proper has to somehow get over here and delay for the respawn to come through. Rally will be on him. There's a real fighting chance.
But there's the Deadeye. Stalker already picked off, and now they're zoned away. The overtime starting to bleed down.
It's not gonna matter. I mean, Proper's gonna help, but like it's just gonna be too late.
Sun in the double tap, the headshot. Proper dead. Lip is collecting them all. As we are far from over, it would seem. Tied up 2-2. The Saravasa works a treat, but my God.
Okay. I like how Lip just pops off and just walks off the stage. He's like, yeah, I'm good. All right, so we have Falcons versus CR here on King's Row, which was predicted.
Once they scout, Lip is
so we'll see what happens.
We'll see if they want to change things up.
Oh, I agree with you on that one, Greek. But I think that's where Overwatch is at now. Right? That's why I said like this season of OWCS, like this last year, is like a beta because like they have everything set in plan and they're not going to segue too much from it. So next year they can take that feedback and keep doing that. So
yeah, Falcons.
Yeah.
Are they trying to side rotation again? Not the entire team. Last week they tried to go for that high road push, which took about a minute and failed.
I like watching sport. I mean, esports. Like, like I said, I've enjoyed the co-streams we've done, and it seems that people enjoy when I co-stream. So it's actually not a Miracon because they have two different DPS lines. The support line and the tank line are kind of stuck on being like that, but the DPS has a lot of flexibility. Is Orisa being the only tank right now? Orisa's very meta, yes. They've managed to make Orisa meta again. My concern is we found out yesterday that Orisa has a very low win rate still. So hopefully that doesn't make them want to buff Orisa even more.
Second tick nearly grabbed. Probably down to about half HP though. Let's force him back. Ray, however, online. Shu now consistently.
Oh, are they Rabbit? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Times, but will not matter too much as they both have them online. People who's going to be coming through, all going to be invested here. As Proper gets tagged down about half HP, drop down here.
So, yeah, that's true, meme. I have no idea. Dude, Lip is just, I don't understand.
Taps now across. Fielder crumbling under the pressure. Shield raised, they know the mission. Protect Lip at all costs, and they have.
Dude, Lip's the type of player right now that if he played on an alt account and ranked, I'd be getting a cheater VOD.
It was a good start in the fight.
Because people will be like, dude, there's no way this is real. He's so good.
Targets, unfortunately.
You know what I mean?
Damage output of the Ash just isn't as high as the
Dude, he's so good.
These very beefy targets like the Orisa, like the Brig. Lip just does more. Once again, if they can't use range to beat him, I don't know if they'll ever beat him.
And now they have another Deadeye. It was a slow build for him, but that last volley. They managed to go ahead and get that ultimate online. Poking and prodding here is Proper off from that right side flank. As Jinbin just back
okay, so
the rest of the squad, the Blade now just 9% away.
I mean, Sierra might just go for a quick Pharah ult flank in a second. Ooh, that's a good play by Hanbin, but I think it's a little bit too, yeah. It's a little bit too aggro. I felt like the timing was off by about 3 seconds.
5 seconds remaining as they have to go for the reset, but looks like Gio will not be allowed
Okay,
to
thank
do
you,
so.
Hiimishie, thank you.
Fantastic job from Jinbin.
I'll get a bot submission from Proper. Like, hey, what's going on here?
That was again created by the isolation from Lip. He pressured back 2 members with his damage, and that's why Hanbin was just pressured and focused down immediately, even with that Terror Surge.
I mean, Falcons have Blade, Brig ult. Like, I know that CR has an ult advantage, but I'm in a situation where I feel like Pharah ult is not as good in pro play. Like, it can kill 4 here, but like, it takes a bit more setup time.
Sends out the ult, Lip just
So,
pushing forward. Tap their on shots across.
Falcons disengage that. They're gonna have to Pharah ult now. They're gonna come in with their Juno ultimate. I think they're just gonna let loose on Pharah ult. There it is. Yep.
Dropped it on top, but he's going to be taking down the blade pool here from Proper. He's able to find Lip.
See what I mean?
It looks like now Falcons, they've opened up the point for the taking. Going down to have
Yep.
eliminated Proper. Able to find
And there you go. They got first point.
You
see what I was talking about, though? It's really hard to find that value with the Pharah ultimate. And then when they use their Juno ultimate, the only way they could use Pharah ult was to try to kill them during their own Juno ultimate.
From Falcons was really big in that last
Who was even ulting? The Juno ultimate. That was it. He was just trying to ult the Juno ult. That was the whole point of it. It just didn't work. Because if you wait too long there, then like your team loses anyway, so it's like a risk-reward play you have to go to. And then, you know what ends up happening? You just switch to another hero after. So it's like, it gets you out of that rotation of like, oh, we have this ultimate, let's save it. Even though, in pro play, top 500, like, obviously there's a huge difference there, but a lot of time, if the ultimate's not going to bring you value, you make the swap anyway.
Back on Isang Senji. Early
Rickle, thanks for the 10 months for the tier 1. Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
Test Lip for G Fuel abuse.
Rickle, we have a gamer subs code, okay? 10% off using code emongg.
Controlled with the ultimates. Crazy Raccoons, I think they just really had the moment to press everything, which didn't really work, especially with that Pharah in the air.
Trying to take an aggressive angle.
There we go. See this Bob goes in. Nice Bob.
Pull back away. The Bob going to be sent out here from Stalker. Oral array from Shu in response. Hanbin just backpedaling. A decent amount of damage across, but Lip able to find one. Flashbang goes in. He's pulled through.
Okay, we discovered what hex up Lip's aim. All you need to do is mid-shot, pop Orisa ultimate. That's all you got to do. So just always have Orisa ultimate.
Now in a poor position as the rest of the team just dies. It seems like the call there from Falcons.
Dude, Proper's Genji is so clean nowadays. I'm going to be honest with you. I think they just get the point for free.
Really slow, but very calculated.
I mean, they're going to get... I would go for the point, because I think if you can force out the Juno Genji ultimate here, you're in a good spot, which is why I think they're trying to touch the point, but... I mean, what a nice shot onto the Tracer. What can you even do in that situation? When you're hitting shots like that, what can you even do? That's not going to be good. There's the Blade. They had to. But I mean, like, it's the correct play to go for that.
Do you have any randomizer plans with flats again? Q SpongeBob, I need.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how much that was, but thank you. Randomizer's kind of on hold until...
But they ended up
they
using a lot of
do a better. They eventually make workshop better if they ever do. We've kind of hit our limit on randomizers.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's just.
And like you said, they wasted.
There's only so many we can do before the limitations that workshop has that we can't go any further past that. I will say if they ever do any workshop updates, if they ever do any workshop updates,
they're not going to play range. They're going to play corner.
Then you might see a situation where we get a randomizer code update. I mean, we have, like, I know that Trollski and Cactus Puppy are always on hand, ready to go if we need something with that stuff. But with Workshop being as limited as it is, it's tough for me to consistently be able to do those now. They just kind of hit their limit.
At the ready here on call for Heesung.
First time watching the coach. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Good Juno ult here. They got Lip again. I've noticed something. If they kill Lip, they win more team fights. I like this play, by the way. I know they over-ulted a little bit, but I think this is the correct play. You need to eventually do something to get the map control. Problem. They have Zen ult.
Too much for that fight or not?
Yeah, I mean, that's the question. I think they have to play aggressive on the doorway. That's what they're going to do. But the problem is they're going to end up high nooning with a Zen ult here anyway, so like...
Going to be expired, but somebody needs to touch the card. They mentioned their wave there. 0.35 meters left to go. Dueling Deadeyes.
Okay, they survived it. Now they have their own Deadeye. Yeah, now they reset. I mean, this makes sense. I mean, that whole sequence, I think both teams played that perfectly. As I say that, Proper gets killed, but up until that moment, I felt like they played that perfectly.
It's a lot of extra healing output.
Yeah.
And Team Falcons kind of staved off. Not a whole lot of tools to actually secure this one. I think they almost
head home. Have a good rest of your day.
But Trans plus that
stay Wags.
Discord orb just really putting Hanbin in a rough spot. Proper can maybe build the last part of this blade.
I mean, they are. They're gonna wait. This is gonna be an overtime fight. They're gonna build Blade Juno ultimate and just go in and send it. CR may not let that happen. Might run in with a wrist ultimate, but I think it's gonna be a defensive wrist ultimate. They know it too. Like they know what's happening. They're gonna have to Juno ult it a little bit sooner, and then they'll build the Blade during Juno ultimate and then go in. Here it is.
Going to be taken down. They already found the Zenyatta Lip eliminated. Stalker able to find it. Hiimishie.
Wonderful play, by the way. Exactly what we were talking about. Using the ultimate a little bit more defensively. Oh, what a purple by Shu. That's a game changer. That's pretty much it.
Stalker eliminated Hanbin. Juggled down to about half HP. They
Yep.
continue to push him away.
Good hold.
Keeping him off the card.
It was perfect.
They forced him away from the
I think like in hindsight,
the overtime.
I think in hindsight, what might happen in that situation is that if the coach is able to talk to them during the halftime, which I don't know if they can. But what happened there is they needed to be patient. It was already in overtime, and I think they really wanted to rush the play. They needed to wait like an extra, I don't know, like 3 to 4 seconds to get the blade combo. But instead, they kind of were like, "Oh, we need to go in. We got the ultimate." It was like a 3 to 4 second difference, maybe even less than that. So there wasn't going to be as much Juno out follow up. So it ended up being that like Proper just couldn't survive any of what was happening. Does that make sense?
What if you missed 2 shots?
So it was maybe to wait an extra second. That's probably what they would show them, but.
I don't need to know. He never
pushing it all the way to the end of third point is totally fine. You're gonna go to sleep. Have a good night.
It's just such an insane performance from
So that's my take on that play. Like, it wasn't terrible. That's basically what I'm saying.
And credit where it's due. We're glazing the ever-loving hell out of Lip, but we got to give it over to Shu, building up that nano, being able to get that across to keep Jinbin alive, having the ante to hit onto Hanbin as well.
The trans into the Terra Surge, into the Nano is built, into the Nano Boost.
Oh, Shu carried that fight. Like, yeah, you did. That is one of the moments where the support absolutely carried that fight. I don't even, no denial on that one. That was just a carry.
The back-to-back OWCS Asia titles. We will see pretty unique starting composition.
So Proper is not going.
Proper's hiding.
Proper's waiting to see what their comp is to decide on the hero selection.
On defense, the Diva isn't going to necessarily give it away. They can get a backline access here. That's a free defense.
Okay, a quick swap. Check with the Ash there from Lip. Jinbin's going to be.
So I don't get this. So Proper's in spawn. There it is. Okay, they made the change. I missed a dono. Oh, no, I responded to the dono. I just didn't see how much time it was.
What's going on here? But
what dono did I miss? I'm sorry. Was that the one that asked me the question I answered?
Yeah, even with the check.
I swear I responded to that one.
You sweep all the places.
Unless I missed something else.
Taking a lot more time from the Raccoons, even though they're
another dono? Oh, what was it? I'm sorry, my headset was off.
Even though it could have been a freebie.
I just can't open up my stream elements. I don't have the thing on. What is the... What was the question? Thank you, Jeff. Let me know, too. I appreciate it. Thank you for the... I didn't see how much it was.
I'm going to continue to try to keep the test going, but Chorong with a whip shot, able to find Stalker.
I can't tell. 333. What was the question? Just so you can put it in the chat, and I'll answer it. How would you balance Juno without affecting her mobility? Make it longer to get ultimate.
Nearly there, and Hanbin's mech has been broken.
I don't think that's too much of a hot take.
One more shot to try to
problem right now is Juno gets ult too quickly, reduce ult charge by like 10-15%. Nice shots by Lip. That's my take.
And now nearly 5 minutes of the time bank for Crazy Raccoon.
Look at the ult charges across the board on the losing fight. Chio
just reduce ult charge.
Ult charges Lip on Juno.
Or increase ult charge. Sorry, make it harder to get ultimate for Juno.
Obviously.
And then see where Juno is after that.
What else I could say Just have to show you guys the numbers. Crazy Raccoon now with a nice set of ultimates coming online here.
What is this no Orisa match? I know, but don't worry. Team Falcons heard you and they took care of that real quick. They got you.
Raccoon just want to keep the steamroll going, pushing this ball down the hill.
Oh, yeah, I'm just naming off random numbers there. That's not me to figure out, you know.
I think Hiimishie's back on the Genji now. Feeling much better. A lot
is there a bug where Overwatch take ages to open here on Steam? I play in BattleNet, so I'm sorry, I don't know.
Down low, Orbital Ray is committed to try to get him alive. He will get a melee hit across on the Trong, but
this is just a die on point, build ultimates if you can type of situation.
He's looking for a little bit more pressure coming his way, but it's just shrugged off. The rest of the team ensuring his survival. He's with the blade.
Okay, here's the good news. Team Falcons died on the point.
Wait a minute. G-Club, are you saying Hiimishie is back? You're saying
so that was huge.
Have 2 DPSs in this finals? Well, that hardly doesn't seem fair.
Now certainly they do. Well, they have 5 or 5.
Well, look, they had such a nice positional advantage there. They had the orbital ray for Lip, who survived that initial burst, and then just burst the rest of the enemy team down with that extra damage. Now he's still holding onto his Deadeye. They still have the contest of B.
Here's the curiosity, though.
They're in a Nano Blade spot. Yeah, it's not.
A Nano Blade coming through, a rare.
I don't know if you commit ultimates. I mean, you can Nano your Orisa and go for an Orisa ultimate, but you need to survive the Ramattra ultimate first. So it's like, is it worth it? Probably not. Oh, they still went for it. I'm a little bit concerned about that. I feel like they just it's all hindsight, but it just feels like I don't know. They kind of lost their Nano Blade. So now they're just going to get Juno ulted, and like it's not going to go well. So now they need to wait for the next Juno ult. But then if their next Juno ult isn't there in time, they're going to lose that fight, and then they have a worse retake. So it's like
because he was getting picked early in the fights a lot of the time. Now he's just living in
third point's tough though.
Swift strike reset. But he's been controlling this high ground on defense really well. Now
they have a time and out. If they don't blade in the next 3 seconds, that's pretty much it.
Lip swapped over the Ash for some additional.
Oh no, they've given up too much card space. It's one team fight now. Proper needs to find value with the blade. It's going to be too late. They're going to Juno ult. And they know it, too. They're saving Juno ult for this reason. Oh, but wait. Look at Falcons. They've slowly built up their own Juno ult. They're going to go for it. It's Blade Juno ult. They got it. Just in... Oh, wow. I'm surprised CR, like, took their foot off the gas there for a second. Because look what happened. I'm surprised by that. I thought they had that. They slowed down their gameplay ever so slightly, and now look at now they're kind of back into it.
So have the one team fight win after the corner. They want to finish.
Now they're kind of back into it, Chad.
Have a lot more time, over 3 minutes to actually stack up an extra bob. So I think it's still okay, not too bad for them.
Hey, I understand where you're on with that one, Demons, right? I've been eating a little bit healthier recently, so. Except last night, I ate a little bit extra, but not too bad in comparison to what would be considered a lot. So. What? All week I have. No, Monday through Friday I ate perfectly fine. Well, Friday night I didn't, but.
We're so very close to
no, I was having what, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and one thing for dinner.
The first few. Annihilation going to be going out for Orbital Ray on both sides. Blade pulled. Hiimishie getting in a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's something bugged with that. Yeah, I'm not going to try to explain what's going on here, Chad. Just watch the kill feed. Just watch the kill feed. I got nothing for you, chat.
Eliminated Hunman down to an absolute sliver of HP. Will eventually be taken out by Lip, but Lip very much is in the same boat. Stock will find the headshot to go ahead and shut him out.
Yep, I predicted that they were going to win that. Team Falcons were able to get that team fight. It was obvious.
Likely to be staggered, surrounded.
It was obvious, right? You could see that coming from a mile away. Okay, so what do they got? No ultimates on CR. No ultimates on Team Falcons. This, unless Lip gets a bunch of random picks right now, this is going to come down to basically the last team fight. Because they have no ult on each side. So they're going to slow down a little bit.
So he was kind of stuck on the Ramattra.
Any of my spectator stuff is my Discord.
Can actually just go straight toe-to-toe, mirror compositions.
But there's no guarantee we get to it. Hey, I recognize those Ash Dynamites. That's what I do. Wait, does that mean I'm just as good as Lip? Because those were my Ash Dynamites. Except the whole time, though.
Juno on the opposite side of himself as well, under constant threat. Falcons knowing where the bread is buttered here for the side of Crazy Raccoon.
You're very close. Hiimishie has to chase up the ultimate. Cage Proper is getting very close to that blade.
Right over the top. Orbital Ray online here on both
sides. By the way, the spectator glitch is also in this. It's All right, get ready. Double Juno ults. There it is, but they get the early picks. Yep, there you go. CR's taking it. CR's taking it. They didn't use their ults on Team Falcons in time. Actually, oh my. I don't think they have it in time, though. Oh my. What a game, though. These matches are so close. I'm ready.
A 7th map is on the horizon for us.
Oh, Mauga.
Mauga, wow.
Indeed.
And this could certainly catch some people off guard.
It's Mauga.
Mauga?
Old school.
Oh, we got the old school TP strat. Yeah. So the way it's not old school, it was like 6 months ago, but the way this would work is you TP in with the sim.
As well as some additional shielding when that ultimate is up.
It's probably an opener strat. I don't think this is a full map strat. I think this is a. They like the prospect of like the opening of this map with that TP.
They have to stage together now because of that teleporter, and Proper cannot really isolate.
Nice body block. That was pretty sweet.
None other to go ahead and collect the
Cardiac overdrive, body block from behind.
An incredible strategy. Falcons have been so one-dimensional all night. And they're like,
See, this is exciting, chat, because
immediately the swap.
players will see that Mauga's being played in this match. So now you're going to see more Mauga and Orisa. Maybe even Queen here. Queen's fun.
Has no armor.
I like playing Queen.
The commanding shout can give you
Except it doesn't play like ranked. I play Queen in ranked and I get headshot by a Widow on an alt account from across the map for 20 maps in a
I
row.
think this is one of the best answers range-wise here, but you already have a huge tempo advantage against you. The teleporter here is going to get them the free retreat.
Yeah, on top of that, can you really exceed the output of Lips, Cassidy? He has a challenge against it, and it's really rough with the soldier right now.
I mean, not only that, but having sure rail shot built up will take Lip down to a sliver of HP there for a brief little moment, but Heesung with the
going in.
barrier available, the overrun going to be coming through. Rays out on both sides, Photon barrier now in play. Deadeye going to be popped.
So yeah, you can see what's going on here is that there's that in the stuff, and oh, there we go. Yep, that's what I was. And they're going in, and then yeah, they're going to be able to get on them, and as you can tell by what's going on, they're going to be able to get the kill. Yep, okay. Saw that coming.
Up to 86%, and with these kills,
saw that coming. It was pretty obvious.
Control here of this first flashpoint. It is theirs. The final shots will come through.
Yep, I knew it.
Yep,
we knew it. Oh, that was obvious.
The overclock is ready, and that's going to be something they can try to use to.
I can't call that.
On the neutral for this next point.
All right, we got Blade, Sojourn out, Queen out versus Mauga.
Back to the spawn, actually, to get
they're staying on Mauga for the ult, but they're going to make a full swap after. That's a first point strategy for them.
And Team Falcons, if they can't win this fight, I don't know if they're lifting the trophy tonight.
Yeah, but Junbin's cage has been isolating the entire team whenever there is a jungle queen on the other side. Whenever there's a rampage.
Oh, the timing. That was perfect by Hanbin.
Yep, that's gonna be 4 players.
I don't even know if Hanbin knows how perfect that timing was. There's a world here, by the way, chat, where CR switches off. Oh, but Mauga, but probably not. They'll probably keep it. It's too good of an ultimate.
This is something that they absolutely needed.
Looks like they're going to keep the Mauga because of the
ultimate
cage fight here. They think that they should be able to actually win a fight here. They're swapping Chorong on the mystery heroes.
I was gonna say, did Chorong get into a mystery heroes lobby? I just watched him choose 8 different support heroes.
They could have swapped this Mauga. Now this is starting to look a little bit awkward here for Crazy Raccoon.
The thing is, they know that this Blade is going to be built up, and trying to isolate a Dragon Blade, there's very few ways to do it better than just dropping in that cage. Cropper, no, not going to be caught by it. Does get into the back line.
Yeah, chat. Now do you see why I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they, maybe they clutch it?
Finds one, but Proper gets rid of him on the back end. That overclock still here held. Raccoon trying to maintain contention here on this point. Get this back into their control, which they desperately need.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like they hecked up their ults. That's why I'm surprised they like.
Still in this, but
that's just free ult charge for Proper.
At least a few in the cage, but no one was actually near the point. Falcons, the fight was elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't think this was the setup Crazy Raccoon we're looking for. I think the Lucio would.
I think they're gonna back. No, they're not gonna back. I think they will. No, they actually went to point. I was wrong. But like this might just be free ult charge, right? They're gonna flip the point, let him get it, and then that's that. It ended up being worth it. They got out Sojourn ultimate. I think that was worth.
To be had. That will be us tied up here on New Junk City 1-1 as Team Falcons get the second.
Are they not swapping off the Mauga?
But I think Falcons will likely be happy to
okay, there we go.
As well, expecting Junbin to go back to the.
See, now I look at that, I go, they probably could have just done that from the get-go and not used cage, right?
For now.
But I also understand keeping the Cage, because Cage is good, and like, I think they wanted to use Cage more as like a defensive ultimate against Blade, and then they couldn't figure out what to do with it because they weren't engaging, so they went to the point. I mean, of course we like to see Orisa. Orisa is what we like to see in Overwatch as tank players.
Potential from the Raccoons. Even though there could be less DPS coming out.
Yeah, right?
It's just not a standout. It's not a standoff going against the Lib right now.
Bye. What? That timing was so unlucky.
With that whip shot. It going the side of Crazy Raccoon, though. Might just be able to turn the tides of this one as Hanbin tries to stay alive, but will end up getting eliminated. Headshot there from Lip, finding the kill. Fielder going to be taken down. So while Falcons gain the first bit of control, it's going to be wrested out of their grasp very
now,
here by Crazy Raccoon.
If I'm Falcons, here's why I stay on Queen. Queen L's good. There's no Kiriko. Queen L's going to be good against the Blade. So what I think you can do here is have proper Blade force out the cooldown from Shu, Queen ult, make them purple in there, and Blade gets more value.
Yeah, I think Falcons, they had a different idea.
Like, think of like using the ult as an honor grenade right now. There it is. They may not even blade it if they get the kills. Yep. They didn't even have to blade it. There you go, they won it.
Wreaking havoc, finding another strong will die. Kind of flip back into the favor. Falcons regaining control.
That actually is like, that's a good pick for CR, but that was also really good by Falcons to recognize they had the teamfight won off the Queen ult alone. That was pretty good. I like that play. Now they have Blade if they try to get aggressive, so they can use Blade to kind of slow them down because they missed the Sojourn for a few more seconds. So you're going to see Blade probably happen in about 4 seconds just to buy some time. There it is. They gave him the shout.
Dodging as much as humanly possible, but eventually will
nice, they get the kill.
From Junbin, not going to be getting too much peel there. He is now going to be up under fire.
They're all in and out here because they know they can. If they win the team fight here, they're probably going to win the point, and then they can build out to the next point. Yeah, there it is. That was perfect. The reason why they timed it the way they did is because if they waited any longer, they would have given up too much map control, and then the Soldier would have been back in time and would have been really bad in the retake. They're going to go set up for the next 2 points, which are on the opposite side.
Looking for a long time, and it's working not too bad. Yeah, against Crazy Raccoon.
This map choice ends up working out really well for them because it's one of the wider sightline maps that we have where it's still relevant.
Hey, we have Brig ult, so Falcons have Brig ult, Juno ultimate. So they're going to Juno ult in. They know they have the advantage on that too. Hanbin almost has Queen ult again too. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting team fight.
Well, Falcons on Flashpoint here to bring us to that 7th.
They probably just go in with Juno ult in about,
see what Heesong can do with this Blade.
When that timer hits about 6 seconds. Might go sooner.
They're just going to be waiting for the moment here. Deadeye set up for Lip.
No, they're gonna slow until you can cap the point and then go in. I feel like they've slowed it down a little bit too much now to the point where like they're gonna give up the. I was gonna say there you go, nice shot.
Setting out his first and foremost rampage nearly online for Hanbin. Has it. Lip already taken down as Blade gets pulled out from Heesung. Rally rolling for Jordan, trying to keep him alive, and sacrifice a headshot. Shuts down Heesung.
Ambitious, but I get it.
And that is going to be the cleanup coming through.
They're staggering the Orisa, by the way. That's why they're doing this. They're staggering the Orisa.
As the stagger will come in, but yeah, I mean, again, you're not going to be able to shove
there you go. Good stagger. That was smart.
Now swapping over onto the Brigida.
I've been up since 4 a.m., but yes, I slept. I got like 6 hours. I just couldn't fall back asleep after 2 o'clock.
So much control right now. They still have the ult advantage. Chorong swapping over to the Lucio, but I mean, not too much value to be gained. Maybe you can get a big sound barrier if they can live that long.
What do they have? Blade soon. I think they're gonna have to disengage this, but I think they want to like. They want to get both their ults out. There's the high noon.
From the Falcons,
I love that play. I love that play.
That might just be it. 70% build up as Heesung falls.
They have another team fight, but Proper has ult now, and they're gonna start poking them out early. Wait. Oh no, they know the Orisa's here. The Orisa's gonna have to ult. Orisa's gonna have to ult. No, never mind. Orisa doesn't have to ult. Because they have gold on their ult too.
95% build up here on the point. They have to go for the touch.
They know Orisa doesn't have gold for a second. Tracer touch, so they're fine there.
In play, shove back here on it proper, looking for the stun.
Good javelin there. That was huge.
In play. Comes across to you.
I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like Team Falcons kind of hecked that one up.
Crazy Raccoon now have gained control of the point. But there is still a mountain for them to climb as Hanbin goes for the reset.
Huge plays from Junbin.
Or not them. Team Falcons, I meant. Sorry.
Greedy from Proper to chase that far, unable to get the Elim, pulls Blade.
Sorry, I was just looking at the play they made there. They like Team Falcons like had that, and then they kind of just like chased the Orisa and then they didn't regroup, and they just kind of gave away exactly. They gave away the map control. Like, I get it because you want to stop them, but like they just stayed away from the point for a couple extra seconds.
And Team Falcons had this sinking feeling.
Yeah, but an isolated Orisa can be tough to kill, especially with gold. And by the time they're there, they had a Lucio that got back in time.
Is still just 30% away. The overclock going to be popped. Soccer eating some damage here on the approach.
It's like one of my ultimates on Sojourn.
Ray is going to be invested on both sides. Torpedoes, targets being sought. Blade pulled. He's going to find proper. Chio going to be taken down to the dash reset.
I can't believe it went from looking like we were going to another map to there's a whole other point to be had here.
It will go the distance, much like this series still may. The stagger there onto Hanbin doesn't matter too
Holy
much. The
crap.
Needs to bleed down still, but Crazy Raccoon will win out the fight, and they will tie it up
Dog
2-2.
woke
It
you
all
up?
comes
Yeah,
down to
yeah.
this last flashpoint. They have the inside track.
By all rights, the map should have been done. It should have been over.
I was gonna say,
plays from Crazy Raccoon. Lip sticking with the Tracer. He's got a pulse bomb. They have that sound barrier, but they didn't need to use it to keep the.
I think they hacked that one up. Am I wrong?
Even against the Rampage, it could be the perfect tool. One barrier to go.
I kind of want to see it go another map, chat. I don't know about you, but I kind of want to see it go another map. How we feeling on that one? That'd be kind of cool.
Both ultimates are available. A big bang attempt, tries to send it down.
Ooh, they hecked it up, but the Juno's going to be dead. 100%.
Taken out, the rally now wasted. Rampage goes across, connects on the 3. Chorong will be bled out, but the rest of the team is still persevering. Proper, trying to find the kill.
Hanbin got, oh my!
Lip comes to the rescue, but still the fight back. Hanbin Stalker still in the mix here, but Lip now going for the cap. Can they contest this? Can they deny it away?
I don't think they want to deny the point. They want to take map control back the moment they have it.
Establish a foothold here to start things off.
That's what they're doing.
That was the question. Team Falcons
They want to regain the map control.
Dragon Blade. Probably see a fast flip to come through.
I don't think it's going to be a flip. I think they're going to be back in time.
Targets with Juno and Tracer, so they had to
Oh, they flipped it! Oh, that was like best case scenario for Falcons because they do not have. They can blade now when they want to. And they know they have a blade advantage. Genji has no deflect. Going for the blade kill on him. Guaranteed.
Seeing the target, seeing Heesung down low. He's trying to stay alive.
What a play.
Ultimately, he will be killed off.
Wait, gonna get credit for that. Okay.
He is in the spotlight.
Okay.
He's looking to carry the team into a 7th map.
With the orbital array available, I feel like this
that was sick.
Almost the same as it was moments ago. Almost unlosable here. Now, Shu has his own.
Stalker has out. Back away. Don't get isolated by this. Do not get isolated by. They're gonna do that. They're backing away. They're gonna Sojourn out, and then they're gonna. I mean, they might Juno out first. They have the Juno out to save them. They know it too. They're gonna counter Juno out, but they have Sojourn out. They have. Ooh, the shot! I know it's like. I know why they didn't get the kill, but like that's perfect because that basically makes the blade useless. They brig out now. They want this. Just be careful of overextending this because they separate on each side. There's the beat. They do get Lip. Hanbin's so close to ult, so they gotta play it safe for a second. They might even let him flip the point, but that's it. There's the ult time, and the javelin was used. Yep, good ult. Chad, I think we're going to the last map. We're going to a map 7. We're going to a map 7. It's happening.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are not done yet.
My pick on who wins?
Who the #1 team in the world is. Is it Falcons?
On paper, I'm going to go with CR, just because it's their map selection. But if they have to play the Winston versus Winston, that gives Team Falcons a little bit of an advantage, only because Smurf is that good at Winston. But Junmin's birthday and also a really good player, and really good Winston. So it's... I think on paper, I would probably go with CR just because of map selection. But that's really it.
No dupes onto Juno's. It's going to be the Winston.
TPing out of spawn. What's the DPS combo here? Tracer? Yeah.
About that Sky Battle first. And keep an eye on Fielder and Shu's ult charge, the Nano Race.
So Yelly, thanks for the fish round stuff. I might have already thanked you, but you got 2 if you did. Thank you, appreciate it.
Shoot back onto the Ana, always a dangerous thing to be concerned about if you're on the opposite side.
So this is just controlling Lighthouse. That's why both teams are taking this side of the map. If you control this side of the map, oh, what a initial start. The difference maker there was they had the brig set up on the high ground, while Falcons didn't. So the Echo ended up getting a burst heal from the armor pack, and that basically just reset everything.
the rejoin here of their own Echo.
That's huge.
Here we go. I'm ready.
Getting back control now, even against Proper. Of course, we could totally go back to Genji, but this is, of course, a lesser likely map to see that Genji. So we might see this team comp stick for the entire 2 teams.
There's an attempt there at the stickies on the predict.
Yeah.
Going to be found. Lip himself out towards safety. Now looks to try to challenge and just keep Stalker honest on the flanks. Double anti goes across, but going to be kept alive.
Great
here on this high ground. You have to help to keep him sustained.
Dude, I hate the new spectator bug they added. You can't see the health bars of like when they're healing them like that.
Goes up towards Heesung. He's up into the sky. The bubble cover. It cuts it off.
That right click.
But he is still juiced.
Holy
up.
crap.
That's gonna be 2 kills off the stickies as both DPS end up falling to the wayside. Smurf now lightly staggered out, but that is a team kill, and Crazy Raccoons moving up past 50%.
That was, you know, almost.
Do OWCS teams get free mythics to promote them?
Everybody huddles around him. Trong puts the shield up. Bionade comes through perfectly timed.
Not that I know of, at least.
He's got the nano. Heesung eats nano. And yes, the bubble was fantastic, but the stickies still connect. He doesn't have to do.
Dude, I kind of want to watch the EU matches today, Chad. Are you down for that?
Online anyways.
Like maybe we play a little bit of ranked before EU matches and watch EU matches? Because this has been so fun to watch today. Nice stick by Lip. I hope that we get even remotely what we've seen today.
Signed, sealed, and delivered here by Lip. And that's even more time bought. Fielder's still waiting to respawn. Might even have to just dump the nano.
Because these have been good.
While he sprints back over to the point as fast as he can.
You're ordering pizza for the EU matches?
Accrued here for
there you
Crazy
go.
Raccoons.
Heesung can be a secondary nano here with his dude.
I mean, they're just looking to bully Fielder out. They're trying to go ahead and get the pinch. Jinbin can pursue for this. He does have that primal at the ready.
Yeah, that was dangerous.
Yeah, Falcons need to go in aggressively in a second.
Test is in.
The Tracer Pulse Bomb already? This Pulse Bomb is going to be huge. Watch. Ooh, nice job. Oh, damn.
He's been taken out. Will expire. Chio being swatted here like a fly as Jinbin tries to find the kill. Goes up and over the top. Will be able to elude it, but Smurf is now been
I mean, Falcons are just struggling on this map.
Yeah,
honestly, you want my take?
And it's 100-0.
I hate playing well. I think I have a 2% win rate on this map. And if I win, it's not because of me.
This was actually not the line of focusing the Raccoons were doing last week.
I'll be honest with you.
A lot more for the Winston directly, regardless.
If I'm on this map, I don't win.
But today,
so
change of target onto Fielder, who's holding that nano. We don't have the nano yet. She's used it already. Just pressing
didn't swap hog yet. True.
The weak point. It all started with this.
We saw Heesung just outclass Proper in the Echo.
I mean, that felt like it was because of the armor pack. You can see the armor pack. It happened twice where the armor pack was happening on Echo. Like, you look at that and you go, oh, what is Proper doing? But, like, Proper just wasn't getting the armor packs. They were spamming him into heat. Like, it was just like... All right, here we go. This map is definitely better for Team Falcons. It's not... Basically, it's not. I don't think this round will go as bad as it was on Well. CR could win this map, I think this is a better map for them.
Already under fire here off the rip. We sustain back up. He's just reading that shield there of Jinbin.
Still Ana, because of Winston, they have to have the Bionade.
Damn.
Okay,
They traded Winston's.
Both Echo's able to find some value. The tank's going to be taken down at the point.
They're going to notice Shu's positioning, and they're going to try to take map control in a second. Shu kind of got forced down on the low ground. Huge honor grenade, though.
Chio gets antied out. They're looking for that elimination. Lip pursuing to his damage to try to be able to find that kill, but can't quite make it happen. So for now,
the Winstons are both back. So what's their play? They both just met each other in the middle like, hello. How was your run back for spawn? It was great. Thank you for asking. Good job by Smurf there. What?
Smurf gets out the side of the map. Shu gives him a gift from beyond.
It's so interesting that you can sleep them and then boop them without waking them up. Because that does damage from Brig. So, like, damage wakes up the sleep, but there's a very, very small window where you can do damage when somebody gets slept at the same time. It's a very small window.
Just too risky. We give more than just the cap. They decided to try to funnel.
And that's what happened. That was perfect.
Charge, though, Fielder's lead will likely allow them to actually hold on to this. There's a bit of a contest here from Crazy Raccoon, but we need to see limbs, and there they are.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very small timing. Yeah. Yeah, I would just nano the Winston and try to force out the back line, see if you can make a play off of that, and then go from there. Actually, nano in the... I'm so used to, like, the nano in the Winston strat that that's a miscall by me. Nano in the Echo is also a great play. Excellent job by Falcons there.
Chio finds him. Falcons continuing to look quite strong here. Duke is going to actually be sent out here.
Yeah, I mean,
This might be a bit of an overstretch from Proper.
Yeah, but Proper's trading the ultimate there. I'd rather see Proper trade the ult.
Second team, long team fight, dragged out team
I'd
fight,
rather see the Brig ult get traded out there, or the Echo ult get traded out, and guarantee you don't trade, and then give them an opportunity on a retake.
Yeah, I think if they were even hoping to get
Like on paper, yeah, you want to save it, but like I'm not gonna fault that play either. You traded the Echo ult.
I mean, the extra nano boost.
Smurf is gonna be in a. I think what they need to do is they need to have Smurf go into the back line here, try to build up ult in time, use Brig ult defensively against their other ults, and then go from there.
Nano goes to Hiimishie, Jinbin pops the primal and Fielder.
Never mind.
Kill coming through, Chio trying to stay alive, but Jinbin able to find Stalker. Now he's going to get juggled up the side of the map. That rally not holding water whatsoever.
Holy crap, nice play.
The Smurf on the rejoin will eventually just have to die. They know that they have time on their side. They know they have the advantage. 1.5 fight wins here for Falcons to tie things up.
Hiimishie is just on point today. It looked like maybe it wasn't going to be able to get the elim there. It wasn't going to be able to chase down. Gets the stickies anyways off camera. As the observers gave up on him too, they were like, nah, he's gonna get that. He got it.
All right.
He's just popping off today. He's on his way. 60% of another duplicate here.
Chio going to be antied, and Hiimishie has the stickies to go along with it.
Shoes honor grenades have been unreal, by the way.
Yeah, Chio had that rally. Was available last time. We had to use it with 2 men dead.
I mean, Shoes only a little bit.
Smurf is going to take a little bit of damage right now. They're going to try to get Nano and go in with a Nano play, let Winston go in. Or they might let Winston ult in and then Nano, but they're trying to build Nano on purpose. They're going to take a little bit of poke damage before.
This is buying time, though, for Shoes.
Yep.
27%, 24% away.
See, Smurf can ult this if they really want to. It might save Nano for Brig, too. Or Echo. Actually, Echo. I keep saying that.
Rally available here for Chorong. As he gets juggled lower, he's going to go ahead and send it. The Sleep Dart ends up going wide. Shu unable to shut this down as he's now going to get juggled out of position.
Nice pulse by Stalker.
Pulse bomb to take down the enemy Tracer. Sonny Hell Smurf tries to work his way back over.
Yeah, there's the Nano.
Still maintain control now. Hiimishie layering in another Anna there, but he will be broken out.
Oh, wow.
Drops back down,
what a difference of like a play style there. So like one of them didn't.
Even with that Nano, still not controlling the points on top.
One of them nanoed the.
That's primal.
They did trade him the Ana though.
That sleep dart does not connect from Fielder.
Oh, that sleep dart miss.
We're going to be taken down to the opposite side. Time is dwindling. There's a shield bash, brings it back over here to safety, but the reset.
Chat's probably wondering, they're like, am I playing Winston right now? Because it looks just like my Winston gameplay too, right, chat?
They decided to go in for the last minute Nano, and it's a disaster. I don't think they can win this one now. Proper's got the dupe.
It's so late. It was 73-0.
The dupe, maybe for the Ana, get a Bionade woven in, but for now.
And they can still touch, because then Proper can go Winston or something and then go to point. Like, ooh, went Tracer? I mean, I guess. I mean, if it works, it works. We'll see.
To try to keep them engaged, to try to keep them locked in here on this round. The flip getting ready to come through. Duke pulse bomb builds up. Chorong going to be taken down. There is the stick and lip once again.
All right, never mind. Correct play. Good job, Proper.
He's going to limit in. That's likely going to be a second lease on life here for the side.
They did trade on Fielder. That wasn't ideal.
Some added stagger on the back end. A slow run back here for the Ana. The Falcons are in control. Now moving up past 80.
Okay, going over greed Proper.
Stalker's dead.
Oh no.
And
that's worst case scenario because they can also trade.
Duke, he knows that he's safe.
They might trade on him though, right away. But they're gonna have to trade. Oh no!
He's able to capitalize. Proper gonna be taken down.
Smurf has ult though. This could slow down a second. Smurf can ult.
4% towards that ult primal pop from Smurf to keep things extended. 99 to 99. Getting ready to come through his Jinbin.
Rally taking.
Being shredded down off screen. Pulse bomb goes across.
They missed the pulse. Lip is low and they know Lip has no cooldown.
Getting ready to come through.
Lip is 1 on point. They know it too.
Proper with the Sickies is able to find one. He's eliminated. Smurf traded out, but it's a 3v4 with Shu under fire, trying desperately to build up towards that Nano. Strong going to be antied out, the shield raised, but it cannot keep him protected. The melee hit will be able to take him down. Building out, Nano invested, Lip trying desperately to keep things going here with a Nano of his own. Tucks back into the point, but this is not enough for him to do. He will fall.
I mean, can you ask for a better match?
Oh, just one more, baby! Just one
Can
more.
you ask for a better match? We're going to the third round of a Koth on a 1st to 4.
Man, you can hear the crowd losing it as well.
Dude, that's why I said, like, when we looked at it, they're like, oh, they're going to lose. I'm like, no, like, Smurf has ultimate. I think you massively misunderstand, like, Smurf is a good Winston player. Smurf is going to, you know, Smurf's going to make that work. Makes it work, survives, goes back and forth. They end up building up an ultimate. Lip misses the play of the bottom. The support survive. Oh, man, that was great.
On the wrecking ball, they finally get it.
finally get it.
We're going the distance.
Wrecking Ball versus Orisa. And this is why they're okay with, like, if they need to go Orisa, Smurf is good on Orisa. It's just Hanbin brings a little bit more of that flexibility to, like, Queen and Diva in those comps. So, like, don't think of, like, the Smurf on Orisa here as, like, a downgrade to, like, if Hanbin's on Orisa. It's very similar, very good players. They're both good on Orisa. And once again, remember what I said about shoes on grenades? Right away.
Trying to get that beat online as Jimbin getting bogged down a little bit, taken low, but ultimately can escape as the point cap comes in for Crazy Raccoon.
Looks like Fielder wanted to try to protect Chio there, but
they don't even showcase it. Like, the only reason why CR won that team fight so easily is because of Shu. That honor grenade by Shu was unreal.
With this much pressure,
and keep in mind, at the pro level to hit honor grenades like that consistently is very hard to do. Like, players are very aware of it, right? Like, you'll watch me in rank, games on the body, run up there and get my teammates naded 4 times. That's because, you're kind of going through, you're just going up there. But, like, in pro play, it's very hard to get really good honor grenades consistently, and then not to be followed up on if you do hit them. Nice shots by Stalker on Lip. They flipped the point.
Find that elimination still. Flip does come through, though, so Falcons gain control.
All right, Nano's ready for Shu. The question is, who's the target? Likely Hiimishie. We do have Chio.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to give it to the Echo. I wonder, is there anything that... What?
The Nano means absolutely nothing.
Stalker just annihilated the Nanoed Echo.
Should be able to maintain control off the back of this one.
Tracer no recall, and they know that on point.
Juggled into the corner, taken out. Smurf was able to find that kill.
I wonder if CR has to make a swap in a second. Because they lost, like, the surprise factor of their play. They're going to go for it, but, like, I'm telling you right now, Falcons can easily hold the team fight if they use mines here and just proc Inspire. So, like, it's one of those things where...
a 10 ult fight, potentially, as we do have almost everything online. Maybe an 8 ult fight.
I'd say Juno ult this. I would say just use Juno ult. Okay, I think the brig out was necessary. I saw it happen.
Still held here in his back pocket. Can he find a target is the question. For now, Falcons continue to keep things contested. 60% going to be built up. Chorong taken low, nearly taken down.
You can see Fielder in the back. You see Fielder shooting the mines. That's proc and Inspire, so Fielder's able to keep up the heals during that for the majority of it because the mines are on point. So Fielder's building up, like, you'll see the L charge go up, like, slowly over time. What a stick! And the health pack denial! And off the map because of Fielder!
And now it's going to be 80% Crested. Falcons maintaining control.
That's what happened, by the way, chat. Remember how we just mentioned that, like, where if they mine the point and it doesn't work, Fielder can sit there and just proc heals. So normally you'd see Fielder at about 20% right now, already at 35% to the next ult. Because you can proc Inspire on the mines.
Been holding this for so very long, hasn't felt the need to try to send it out.
Yep.
Lip goes forward, the contest is there, overtime now, forced out.
They're going to high noon in about 3 seconds.
Is he going to be the Nano target is the question. The answer
no, they're not. They can't high noon.
He's looking for the kill here. On it, he's sunk. The Deadeye gets popped. Kill not going to be found. However, Stalker is still going to be kept alive for quite some time, but eventually Jimbin is able to
good target focus there. But wait! Hold proper!
He finds 2!
That might be it. I think that's it.
Jimbin and Hiimishie against the world, against the army. That is the Falcons, and Jimbin has fallen. Hiimishie, there is nothing more to be done. There is nothing more to be played out. Team Falcons will get their first international trophy, taking down Crazy Raccoons.
What a series! What a series, chat. I mean, what else can I say? And remember, it came down to, like, it looked, the casters were calling it, like, it seemed like it's over, and I'm like, no, Smurf still has Winston ultimate. Remember what I said earlier, chat? Someone's like, oh, they brought Smurf in. Is this the right play? There is not a drop-off in their gameplay when they bring Smurf in. To make that clear. There is not a drop-off in Smurf's gameplay. And then Smurf has the ability to play Orisa just as good as Hanbin. It's just a difference of, like, it's a difference of if they feel like they need to go Diva or Queen. Or, like, Sigma. You would want Hanbin, right? But if you need, like, a dive tank hero like Winston, or you need a Rhine, or you need someone who can go to Orisa off of those heroes, Smurf is perfect for that. And look what happens. I mean, we can't complain about that. That was a great series, chat.